Good morning, everybody. I'm Mike DeLisio.
And I'm Wendy Yee.
And today we have with us Kevin from Fort Circle Games, and he's here to help us through a live play of a upcoming game called Votes for Women that recently successfully funded on crowdfunding. And we're actually going to be doing a contest to win potentially a copy of this game. But before we get to the contest, we're going to build anticipation, Kevin. That's what we're going to do.
Awesome.
And we're going to do that because I want you to tell us a little bit about this before I announce how someone can win a copy of it.
And a little bit about yourself.
Yes, of course.
Well, so my name's Kevin Bertram. I'm the owner of Fort Circle Games, and this is Votes for Women. It's designed by Tori Brown, who unfortunately could not be here today, so I'm filling in for her, running the bad guys in the game. And the game is about the ratification of the 19th Amendment, which of course prohibited sex as a reason why people couldn't vote. And so a very important step in suffrage in our country. So this we'll be playing a co-op version of the game. So Mike and I forgot your name.
Wendy.
Wendy, thank you.
Just think of Peter Pan.
Yeah, perfect. Mike and Wendy will be playing, and I'll be running the Aquabot opposition, which is a bot version. The game can be played solitaire, can be played against each other if someone wants to fight against women's suffrage, but we didn't figure a lot of people wanted to do that, but it's an option in the game. So
now you said Tori the designer actually works for like women issues or women's rights?
Yes, so she is a political communications person in Washington, D.C., and she's always worked on women's issues, and she actually has a great new job. I'm not sure if I can tell you about it or not yet. She just started last week, but she's really loving it. So
this is a passion project for her?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's awesome. And this is not, I wanted to point out that this is not what the final production is going to look like exactly. There's a couple of differences, like a mounted board and things like that.
So the only difference is this is actually a canvas map. The mounted board is being airmailed from China as we speak. And then I think, these buttons, these are actually wood punch.
Okay.
And they're actually more.
You said the cards
buttons.
are going to be a different quality and.
Yes, and the cards are actually linen finish, very nice high-end production. So.
And if you would like to get a chance to win a copy of this game, you are giving out 2 copies, one that is for the USA and one that is worldwide. And to do that, all you need to do is write us at contest@dicetower.com, and in the subject line put the word women. And you could potentially win a copy of Votes for Women when it is released in June-ish.
Late June is when the ship is supposed to arrive, but
supply chain issues. Everyone knows
it might be July. I gotta be honest.
Anything could happen.
Yeah, hope springs eternal, but no promises there. But anyway, good luck to everyone who enters the contest, and I recommend you do. I'm looking forward to checking this out. So, Kevin, I don't know if maybe just a high-level overview before we get started. I don't want to get us too bogged down in the rules, especially that way I'll have a good excuse for when I do terribly poorly.
Excellent.
It's a plan, Mike.
I've already set the game, so you're going to win. So, the game is the fight to ratify the 19th Amendment. Now, the way an amendment is ratified, by constitutional means, is that it has to pass Congress, which we've mostly abstracted out in the game, where you just need to have 6 tokens in Congress, which come through card play or you can lobby. And then the bulk of the action happens in the states, which is where 36 of the 48 states at the time, Alaska and Hawaii weren't states yet, have to ratify it. And as states ratify, we'll be putting these little green checks.
I love it.
And states that don't get the X. And
I hate it.
Now, your cards are much more powerful because you have a lot more work to do. You have to win 36 states, whereas if 13 states reject it, you lose.
It's over.
But we're going to do our best to make sure that doesn't happen. So,
I appreciate that you're not really role-playing the Aquabot very much, that you are going to turn over the cards, but you're pulling for us. I can feel it, Kevin.
Definitely rooting for you. So.
Fantastic. So turn structure, it's going to be cooperative, so I guess just by the sake that I like to play purple, I'll be going first, but you're going to be making final decisions, I guess. Is that how it works?
So.
So all the weight is on your shoulders.
You know.
The women of the world are looking to you.
Okay.
No pressure at all.
I will not let you down.
All right.
So you actually start. There's a start card. It kicks off in 1848, the Seneca Falls Convention, which is fairly well-known convention.
Sure.
You get to start with that card immediately. Plus 3 more cards.
Okay.
And you get to start with 4 cards.
Are these secret?
I mean, you can talk about them, but
Okay, I'll just show some of this art up
Sure.
here
certainly.
on these cards.
And so you were saying that the deck is split into 3 kind of early, middle, and late period. Is that correct? So
Yes.
it's kind of a graduated deck, I suppose.
Yes,
Okay.
and your deck gets more powerful as the movement gets more and more strength, whereas the Aquabot stays fairly standard. But
Okay.
because you have a much bigger road to or cross to bear, I'm not sure whatever I'm supposed to say there.
Right,
So,
right.
Yes. So perhaps I should say what you can do on your turn.
Sure, that makes sense.
So you have to play a card from your hand.
Okay.
And when you do, you can do one of 4 things with it.
Okay.
You can play it for the event, and if folks have noticed, like those little circles, that means you get an organizing button.
This right here?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh no, so on like Susan B.
Oh, you mean like right here?
little-
Yes.
yeah.
This receive 1 star circle?
Yep.
Okay, that's a button.
Yep. And then the other one is like you can put cubes down, and so the cards will
Okay.
direct you to do various things.
Okay.
Certain cards, as you'll note, you have property rights for women. That card is in effect for the rest of the turn.
And if
Is
you
that what
show
the
the
symbol right here
board,
means?
yeah,
Yes.
there's
Okay.
there's a corresponding spot on the board
If you
here.
Yeah, then
maybe
you put
just
it there.
move Pioneer Women for a second so they can see it.
Yeah, so right here.
Oh, I see, sorry.
Yep. So certain cards are in effect for the rest of the turn. Some cards are in effect for the rest of the game. There's really only 3 of those. The 15th Amendment, the 18th Amendment, and then there's a card called Southern Strategy, which if you want to make common cause with some rather unsavory folks, you get some benefits from it, but there's some costs from it too, and that did happen historically.
Okay.
And then there's something called final voting, that if no one wins by the end of turn 6, that the final voting happens, and there's some cards that will... But those come much later in the game, so we don't need to deal with them too much.
Okay.
So you can play a card for an event, and actually in the first turn, you'll probably be doing quite a bit of that as you kind of build up your forces. You can also discard a card to campaign, and when that happens, we can explain that.
Okay.
But that's placing cubes on the board. You can discard a card to organize, which gets you more of these buttons, which we'll explain as we come to them.
Okay.
And you can also discard a card to lobby Congress, but we'll deal with that later, if we deal with that at all.
Okay.
I do want to point out that there are 9 states over here that if you happen to put 4 cubes through whatever play, you get to claim that card, and they're cards that you can play that are extra, that allow you to get more buttons or place more cubes or draw more cards, and so just keep an eye on those. Those are states that you want to pay attention to.
Gotcha.
And these are strategy cards, which actually don't come into play till turn 2, and we'll get to those when we get to those. So,
Okay.
Sounds good.
all right.
All right. Well,
Play some cards, Mike.
so I guess I'm playing it now. How many cards am I playing? Just
So
one card? Or?
you'll be playing. So there's 6 rounds. So you'll play 1, she'll play 1, you'll play 1, she'll play 1, you'll play 1, she'll play 1, and you'll keep 1 card over to the next turn.
Got it. All right.
And I certainly can make a recommendation for your first card, but I'll let you.
Kevin, look, I am nothing if not. I'm very willing to take some strategic advice.
I mean, Mike, you're a history teacher. You know
I'm
how to play
feeling
this
Seneca
game.
Falls, but I want to hear what your.
I think that's a good call. So.
Let's go ahead and pop that up on the green screen.
All
Take a
right.
look at this.
All right. So there are campaigners. If you want to take one of your campaigners and one of your campaigners, and they both
right.
start in the Northeast because they're up in New York. Now, the Seneca Falls, I wouldn't say that 1840 is really when women's suffrage kicked off. There was obviously fighting, there was support for it before, but this is sort of viewed as the
Here, I'm gonna lay
kickoff
them-
event.
I'm gonna lay them down.
birthplace.
They're
Oh,
just a
sure.
little easier
Yeah.
to see.
Yep.
Okay.
And then you can place 2 cubes in New York, and you can place either purple or yellow, but it's a good idea to have a mix, because as the women's suffrage movement really encompassed a lot of different groups, the temperance movement, the suffrage movement, the abolition movement, the socialist movement, labor movement, we use both purple and yellow, which were the colors of the movement, to indicate support. But some cards will knock out all of your yellow cubes or all of your
Got
purple
it.
cubes to show how sometimes those coalitions can fracture. So
All right. Well, it seems to make sense that we'll pop a yellow and a purple into New York then.
perfect.
Okay. And you get your 2 buttons.
And then you get 2 buttons, and those are held cooperatively.
It's a shared pool.
They're a shared pool, but you can have, you'll work it out.
All right.
right.
I'll pop
All right.
them right here for now.
So now I have some bad news
No!
because the Aquabot will be playing the patriarchy.
Oh my.
And they get one of their campaigners, this angry guy with a fist, and then they get to put a cube in almost every state.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Because that's sort of the inherent opposition that
Yeah.
existed
I guess that makes sense.
Now this is important. When New York, they're putting one in New York, but they actually they cancel each other out, if that makes sense.
Sure.
So there will only be either your cubes or the Aquabot's cubes.
I see. So we can never
Okay.
share a state.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
It's just leaning in one direction or the other.
Yep.
Can I help you with some of that?
Yes, if you want to finish all the blues,
Okay.
then I'll get the Atlantic and Appalachia. And that is
This mix of states is kind of not represented.
well. So they're
Oh, I see,
like
they're
there's
on
New
the side.
Jersey.
Yes,
Yeah,
that
there's
makes sense.
there's because you know
They're
when
dotted.
it gets a little.
It's a little tight down there.
What are they, like insets? Is that what those are called? Those like blowout? You know,
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
what they're called, but
So
wow, look at the it feels like an overwhelming thing to overcome, doesn't it? I'm sure that's pretty historically accurate. You know what I mean? You feel like you're surrounded by people who are opposing you. Yeah.
So there's we include a number of historical documents in the game, and Abigail Adams actually back when the Constitution was being written saying, don't forget the women, like men will be tyrannical if we don't have it, and they just ignored her. And so like for the longest time, everyone was like, women's suffrage, that's just silly. And of course, and so that's what this represents is you have to overcome that opposition. All right, so now you're up.
Now I am up. I think I'm going to play, since we're up in that northeast area, women to the polls. So I'm going to add 2 cubes in Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Delaware.
I love
Nice.
it. I love everything
Let's
about
just
it.
do one of each in each. Now I just have to be able to figure out where. There's New Jersey.
Now that's going to cancel
so
one out,
one
right?
goes out. So I'm going to take the yellow this time,
Yep.
just to add that. What was the other states? Sorry.
Jersey, Pennsylvania, and
Pennsylvania.
Delaware.
So Pennsylvania's right
Pennsylvania's
there,
there. So let's stick another purple on.
and then
And
Delaware's
Delaware,
here.
we'll put yellow. There we go.
Nice. All right. So now the Aquabot is going to play again.
So they play
I'm
after
on this
every
one.
one of our turns. I don't approve.
I'm sorry about that. So the way the Aquabot works is we'll draw a card, and if the card can be played, then they play it for the event.
Okay.
If it can't be played for the event, then they'll campaign, and I'll show you that. So if you want to put that card, South Dakota rejects suffrage. If you had any support in Congress, you would lose 1 support in Congress.
Okay.
But you don't.
Okay.
So they're going to campaign. So the way they campaign is they roll a 6-sided die to determine what region.
Okay,
So
so
we
the
roll
plains.
the 2. So they're going to the plains. Now, if there is one of these states in the plains, that's where they'll campaign.
Okay,
And there
Kansas.
is.
I
So
see.
they're going to. So if there wasn't, we'd
You'd
roll a
roll.
die. But since that, and then we roll, and they put 3 cubes in Kansas. So they're
Not a huge fan.
And if there's 2 possibilities, like there's 2 blue states
then you
over
just
here?
randomly pick one
Between the 2 of
Yeah.
those.
Okay.
So
Okay. Got it. All right, so it's back to me. Let's play Francis Harper. All right.
okay.
Says that we're rolling. Is that just saying rolling an 8-sided die?
Yep. Here you go.
And then we're going to add that number to the Atlantic and Appalachia region, but no more than 1 per state.
Great.
And these go. Oh, this is a standard 8-side, so let's go for 8. That's a 6. I don't hate that.
Now, importantly, if you did not like that die roll,
Okay.
you could use one of your organizing buttons to re-roll it. Frankly, I think a 6 is a perfect.
I'm pretty happy with that, Wendy. Are you good with that?
I'm super good with that.
Save our buttons. All right, so 6, and they're going into the Atlantic and Appalachia regions.
Now, if you'll notice, Virginia and Pennsylvania are both states over
Okay,
there.
okay.
So I'd definitely put one in Pennsylvania and one in Virginia.
Okay.
So I'll take one of his out of Virginia. And then you have 5 more. What? So you took his out.
Yes. Oh, sorry. So I just, I got
Yep.
it.
And then you have 4 left.
Yes.
I just take 4.
Yeah, let's just take 4 of these out of there.
There we go.
Nice.
That was fantastic. Francis Harper doing
I
that
feel like
work.
we can breathe in Appalachia now.
Yes. All right, so we'll just move that
A little
card
more
out of
open.
there.
All right.
See
So
if there's a
now
bot.
we're playing the Aquabot plays Minor v. Happersett. It was a case that went to the Supreme Court where they ruled that that the right to vote was not guaranteed in the Constitution, actually. So because you still, again, have no
nothing
support
in-
in Congress, so we're going to roll for, so he's going to campaign, and he rolls a 1.
In the west.
So he's coming to the west. Now, Utah and California are both available.
Okay.
So you just roll
50-50.
Yeah, so 1-4 is California, 5-8 is Utah.
California.
California, and he puts in
3. Ooh.
Ooh,
I gotta be honest. This is
You're
not
rolling rough, man. You're
it's
rolling
not
rough
right.
on us.
This is
here.
not looking good
So if
for
he
you
gets
early
4
on.
as well, it's
He gets
automatically
to claim that state,
an X.
and his
Ouch.
benefit is a little bit different, but it's
So
not
we're
good.
at 3 already in Kansas and California. I'm not loving
This is
that.
getting tight.
You definitely want to, if you might campaign to take New York or Pennsylvania or Virginia. I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
But I don't know what your cards are looking like. But I believe
Okay,
it's
so
actually
I'm
winning.
curious.
Yeah, it's Wendy's turn. Yep.
Let's see. What is the one I was looking at? Okay, so is this worth playing? Because it says for the rest of the turn,
So
I roll a 6 instead of a 4.
I'd say it's only worth playing if you're going to campaign 3 times, because the way the math works out, because you're taking a turn.
Okay.
So if that means, but you only have
have
two
one
more
more.
turns.
Yeah.
So it's probably, I would probably keep that card till next turn. But that's a
Okay.
good card if you're going to do a lot of campaigning next
Got it.
turn.
Okay.
So let me just look over your
Just
shoulder.
peek over and tell me what to do.
Well-
no, I think we've got some good options here.
This is nice because you
Yeah,
can put
I
cubes
like
in a lot
this.
of the, yeah.
This is what I was definitely leaning towards. So I'll take a button.
Take a
and I
button.
get to put 1 in a state of each region. So I think California should remove 1.
I
instead
like
of
that.
Kansas.
Yeah, I like that.
Most definitely. How about we work on Texas or Georgia? Yeah, Texas
Yeah.
sounds good.
Or is Georgia, or either one.
Let's do Texas.
Okay.
And
Up here,
then up
only
there,
Ohio.
Let's work with Ohio, and then Pennsylvania.
Oh, yeah,
Let's
put a cube
add
in.
a purple.
And then New York, probably.
And then New York, yeah. Let's do another purple.
Nice.
So at this point, if we were to campaign, we could likely
Lock that up.
lock
really.
that up, right?
Yeah. And you have to spend a button to move, but like this is looking good too. So
Yeah.
all right. So the Aquabot. All right. The Aquabot draws the Civil War, but they'll only play it if it's the first, second, or third round.
Tori's in the chat.
Oh,
That's
hey
great.
Tori.
Oh, hey, awesome.
The designer, yeah.
So now, because it's not the first, they would only play that to hamstring you from being able to play in the South and in the Atlantic and Appalachia, where the Civil War mostly occurred.
Sure.
Because, however, it's late, they're not going to play that for the event, so they're going to play it to campaign.
Okay.
So they roll 4, so they go to Region
Midwest.
4, and then the state there is Ohio, so they're going to campaign in Ohio, and they roll 2.
Glad
There
I
is a
cleared
1 on
some
that
out.
die, right?
There is a 1, although the
does
more
exist.
difficult, we have more difficult dice that also come, so if you want to play a harder Aquabot, there's no 1 on the 4, the 6, or the 8-sided die.
Brutal.
So this
All
is
right.
the easy version that we're.
Well, it's the introductory version.
Introductory. And,
Introductory.
this is
I
our
like
first
that.
game, so I think
Yeah.
introductory is fair. All right. So I will ask a strategy question.
Yes.
Do you think it would behoove at this point to spend a button, move into the Atlantic and Appalachia, and then campaign?
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Are you good with that? Mm-hmm. Let's do it. Let's spend a button.
All
We
right.
still have 2 buttons between us.
Yep.
You have to discard a card to campaign.
I do. So I'm going to discard this card that's only playable if the Civil War is in effect, which
Yeah,
it's not
perfect.
at this point.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and get
So
rid
you
of
don't
that.
even, yeah. And so you roll a 4-sided die. Oh, and so you want to move your purple.
Sure.
So you roll a 4-sided die. These are actually 12, but it's 1,
Mm-hmm.
3, 4. A 4-sided die for each campaigner your team has on the board.
Okay.
But you're only going to be placing with
Into
your
that
person,
region.
and you're only going to be placing purple because you're
Okay.
the one campaigning.
Got
there.
it. Got it.
So if you rolled a 5, you could take both of these states, which would be nice.
Ooh, that would be nice.
So
Roll that 5, Mike.
I wish you had not given me a target number, Kevin. You
Sorry
have
about
no
that.
idea how poor I am at rolling dice.
Look
That's
how
a 4.
awesome you
Look how close
You're
it was.
so
Now, I could
close.
re-roll if I wanted to, but I don't think it's worth
You
it.
have to reroll both dice,
Yeah.
not
yeah,
one of your
I don't think
choice.
it's worth it.
I don't think it's worth it. Yeah.
So-
Yeah. So let's stick with that 4. Let's go ahead and lock up New York, right?
Well, you've actually moved to Atlantic and
Oh,
Appalachia.
whoa, not New York, sorry.
So Pennsylvania,
Pennsylvania.
and Virginia. Here's what you could do: is you could lock up Pennsylvania,
Right.
and then the card, and then you can immediately
You get that
play it.
immediately.
and you can play it. You can only play one of these per turn, but you could play it and use that to then capture Virginia.
I love everything about it. Let's
It
go ahead and
gives
pop
you
that on
6
Pennsylvania.
cubes.
All right, so
And
you
then we can show Pennsylvania up there. We get that right away.
Yep, but you still have 3 more cubes. So
Right.
Put those in Virginia.
Put those in Virginia. Boom.
Yep.
There we go.
All right. And now that you've claimed Pennsylvania, because you have 4, they just love you, you can now add 6 anywhere in the region no more than 2 per state, and you can mix up the colors too,
Okay.
which is nice.
Let's do
So
three.
just for clarification for our viewers, so this 6 multicolors us. If you are playing competitively, this
Yes.
6 would then be for.
I see. So yeah, if
competitive
you're
player,
playing as
yeah.
the anti-suffrage
Yes.
movement. Okay,
Yes.
I see. Okay,
Okay.
so we're adding 6 to this region. Yes, no more than 2 per state. Do we?
I mean, we've got 1 started here in Delaware.
We do.
But 1 in Virginia.
But 1 in Virginia, I've heard whispered to me.
Oh. I think that means that we get to finish that. Do we stick it? Oh, do we put this here now?
that's right.
No.
Nope.
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 So,
Okay. I was so excited.
I know. So having 4 is good. Like that means the state's really supportive of you, but they haven't voted yet because they can't vote until Congress sends it to the
Got
states.
it. Okay, let's
Okay.
go ahead and pop 1 into Virginia
All right. So now you can claim Virginia but you can't play a second.
because there's
Okay,
yeah.
just
You can
one
only
per
play one of
time.
those per turn.
Ah, okay.
So, but that's a great card because it allows you to draw 2 more cards and play 1 for the event. It helps you
That's
move through your
terrific.
deck. So,
Okay.
and then you
Okay.
have 5 more to place throughout.
5 more.
And
So
we'll
let's
give that to you.
put. Let's pop. No more. It said no more than 2 per state.
That's correct.
So let's go ahead and put 2 into Delaware. Do we want to try to wrap up Delaware too,
I
so we
think
can
that
get
sounds
closer?
good.
And then let's go. Do we worry about Tennessee to get rid of 1, or do we just pop another 2 into any of these? No other states there are represented, right?
No.
So,
I don't think so.
And I've seen in playtesting, some people are like, let's just remove all the red cubes.
Yeah.
And then other people are like, we'll just let a few go. And so
Right.
I can't really tell you what the better
Wendy, do you
strategy
have
is.
a
Let's do Maryland.
2 into Maryland?
I lived there for a little bit.
Let's do it. 2 into Maryland.
Let's do it.
And let's either play 1 or get rid of Tennessee. What are your thoughts?
Play 1 or get rid of.
Like I
you
can
mean
play
for the
1
last
into
one?
North Carolina, West Virginia, or Kentucky.
Yeah, let's clear out Tennessee.
All right, let's get rid of it.
Boom.
The less orange cubes, the happier I am.
All right, that was a nice play.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was
Thank you.
power move there,
All right,
Mike.
so-
Well, I do what I can.
I'm glad you're on my team.
The
ditto.
Aquabot plays Senator George Vest. If you had any support in Congress, it would be played for the event. But there's not, so again, is going to campaign. So I rolled a 1.
Back into the West.
So back to the West. And then they'll go to California because they have more cubes there. Even though when they were even, we rolled randomly.
So there's a bit of an order of
Yeah,
operations.
they're definitely
Okay.
trying to lock up those.
Okay.
And they put
Ay,
3 in.
ay, ay, ay.
So they claim California, and they will immediately play it.
Okay.
And, actually they won't. I'm sorry. So this card, the Aquabot, they'll play if there's anyone in Congress. So they're just
Okay.
going to sit on this card.
Okay,
But
and
as
wait.
soon as you
So-
put 1 in, they're going to play this to take 1 out. So
We need to keep that in mind, I guess.
Can I see what triggers when?
Sure. Yeah. Play if there's at least an.
So when we finally get something in Congress,
They're going to take it out.
Yeah.
All right.
But you have plenty of Congress cards that
Okay.
count, so you're going to be
Okay.
fine.
Outstanding.
All right. So it's your play.
alrighty. Let's see. So I could go ahead and spend that property rights for women's card to campaign.
Yes.
Are we
Yeah,
down for that?
I'm down.
So that costs a button, correct?
If you need to move.
only
If you need to move. Oh, but we're already here, so
And you're in New York.
we just
Yes.
add 2 per.
Well, so if
No,
you,
that was that other card.
Yep. So you campaign. So you roll.
We roll.
Let's get some good numbers.
Woo!
Ooh,
and a
that's
3?
That's is that good?
That's a
7.
That's 7. That's good.
It's awesome.
Now you have to place yellow because when you're campaigning,
Yes.
you're
It's,
you.
It's my team.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you were to put 2 in New York, you'll take
Yeah, no.
I mean. Oh, and you'd get that card too. Nice.
Wait. Oh, I'm looking at Pennsylvania. That's why.
Yeah, I was doing
Yeah.
the
So
same thing.
you're
in
yellow.
New York.
So you're
Oh,
up
I'm
in
yellow,
the,
so I'm
yep.
up here. Okay,
Yep.
so I get New York now.
Yep.
This is mine.
And I would actually
And then
not play that one.
You can wait
You can
You
wait.
wait.
Okay.
And
Okay.
like you're holding on to one
on to
also.
Virginia. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 more there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do 2 more here and 2 more here.
All right. Starting to like the look of the Northeast right now.
All right.
We're starting to get some good
Very
support
yellow.
up there.
Just so we can see what this is.
Yeah.
Right, and I'd actually recommend holding on to that, and then as the game kind of progresses, it's nice to have a few of those. But just keep them face up, because they're not in your
Okay.
hand.
Oh, I
They're
see.
face up, so. All right, so now the Aquabot is going to play Southern Hospitality, and they get to place 1 in Virginia. Now, they're just going to take one of yours out, but you don't lose the state, because you've already claimed the card. So even if they took all of your cubes out, it wouldn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think it's North Carolina.
Does it matter when we go to Congress?
Well, it will matter then because you need to have.
But not for the card.
But not for the card.
Okay.
So after Congress has 6 cubes in it, every state that has 4 or more red cubes will immediately vote against. Every state that has 4 or more yellow, purple cubes immediately votes for, and then you're trying to get the last states to vote for you.
Okay.
So, all right. So that was 6 plays.
Whew.
So
Good stuff.
Go to turn 2.
Okay.
And now is where you will bid for these strategy cards, which maybe we should move that card so we can see that. So there's 3 strategy cards here. One that I think is much better than the other 2. Well, 2 they're actually pretty good. And so what happens is you as a team have 2 buttons.
Right.
You as the yellow person, a player, gets to decide how many you want to commit. You can commit both of them, 1 or none. And then the Aquabot will roll. You're going to lose these buttons whether you win or lose. So that's something to keep in mind. But you're going to start getting cards. And in fact, let me deal your cards so you can see if you've gotten more good stuff. Here you go.
Oh, I'm sure they're great.
So you might just say, you know what, I'm not even going to wager any, or I'm not going to commit any resources. That's what the buttons are. Or you can decide to commit both of them because you think, we got good cards coming, so I'm not too worried about it. So it's up to you.
Okay. I got some buttons coming.
Then,
I'm okay giving up some buttons.
All right.
You go for it. I don't have buttons necessarily, but that's okay. That is all right.
All right. So do you want
to do one, Mike?
Well, if you do one, the best you can do is tie
The best
them.
we can do is tie it. We'd have to commit both if
two?
we're trying for the win.
Or
You have to roll a 1 for us to win, basically.
I mean, I can set the deck if you want me
No.
to.
No.
Or do you want to just hold off?
It's not great odds, but and so what happens if we just wouldn't be able to play one of those cards? Basically,
Well, so then
they would play. The Aquabot would play one.
If you tie, neither gets one. But so like if you played one or
let's try to keep it from playing a card because you're saying those are all pretty good cards.
They're pretty good for the Aquabot.
All right, I'm up for if you want to risk them.
Let's do it.
Risk them both.
Let's be wild.
All right.
All right. So 2
buttons.
Do you want to roll for the Aquabot?
We're
or you want me
passionate
to?
about our cause.
All right. So we hope they roll a 1.
Woo!
That's a 3.
That's not a 1.
Well, so not only do you lose,
Not only
but
do we
then
lose.
they get to get one. So they randomly will pick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They pick the middle one, which is actually
right.
probably the best one. And on their turn, they're going to add 4 cubes to 2 states determined at random.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
Yeah.
And so are we at
and
a point? We'll read.
Something new will come out.
Are we at a point where we don't want Congress to do we want a chance to try to knock these out before that happens, or is that going to happen regardless?
Well, so as your deck gets more powerful, you're going to just take over a stronger position. And if Congress had sent, so turn 2 is about 1870, basically, say 1875. If they had sent it to the states, it would have probably failed. And so you definitely don't want to be sending it too early. Now, the fact that you have no support in Congress kind of makes it not a big issue. But so as you play during turns 5 and 6, you have cards that'll put 3 support in Congress.
Okay.
Like you'll have more powerful cards. So
and what triggers that vote?
So once there's 6 support in Congress, and you'll notice like some of them. Well, like their card had the little cube on it. If you want to show it, right? You'll have cards that allow you to place them, or you can also do a lobbying action.
Right.
But that's usually if you're lobbying, you've probably lost the vote. So.
Right. Okay. All right. So it's back to me. Am I correct there?
Yes.
Do I want to go ahead and play Virginia right now?
Well, so as you get comfortable knowing the cards, there's one thing I was going to mention is that the 15th Amendment is a really good card if you can pass it. It allows you to put 2 cubes in bunch of states anywhere. And also, I know that she has a card, Reconstruction. They can't be played until the 15th Amendment is passed.
Okay.
So you might want to... Well, I don't know, but do you have the 15th Amendment also? No. You don't have the 15th Amendment?
I do have the 15th Amendment.
Oh, good. But now the 15th Amendment is a risk.
Yeah, I was getting ready. That was the card I was leaning towards playing, but I want to hear this risk first.
Well, so I know the card. Should we show it?
Yeah,
to them?
we'd be losing one of the Congress support right away because of the Aquabot.
Right. Well, so you're rolling a 6-sided die.
Right.
And on a 3 to 6, you're successful.
50-50.
Well, 67, 33.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if you had buttons, it'd be no problem, though.
Keep
You'd be
re-roll.
like, I just re-roll. But because you know
But
you
I
have the
spent our
15th
buttons.
Amendment and you know she has Reconstruction, might not be a bad idea to play Virginia and see what
Okay.
happens. And then you can play a card out
I
of
think
your
you could
hand.
also wait till I get a button.
Yeah.
That is true. Okay. All right. I'm down for that.
I did promise you buttons.
I'm down
So
for
I'd
that.
keep the 15th Amendment.
Okay.
You have to play a card from your hand, but
Sure.
you can play Virginia first.
Right. So I can do both.
Yeah.
I'd be able to play 2 cards this turn,
Well,
basically.
you have to play a card from your hand.
Right,
But
okay.
these cards, you can also play one of them. So,
I see. Okay, so let's play Virginia. We'll draw 2 cards from the draw deck and then discard one and play the other one for its event immediately.
So
All
here
right.
you go.
Nice.
Okay, well, we want buttons. We want buttons, right?
Buttons.
Francis
buttons.
Willard. We're going to not get the first effect because that's already going to get wiped out
Well,
by
you're
the
going to get
Aquabot.
it, but you're going to lose. Yep. So Francis Willard places 1 support in Congress,
Okay.
and you get 2 buttons.
Right.
There you go. And then, if you'd like, now you could play the 15th Amendment, and you've got some buttons to play
That
with if you have
is
some bad luck.
Correct.
Because I know people don't like bad luck.
Yes.
But, so here's a way to mitigate it.
You can
So-
mitigate it.
So, yeah.
Are we good with the 15th Amendment,
do
Wendy?
it.
Let's make it happen.
right.
Look at that card. That is a... All right, Civil War is not in effect.
Yep.
Rolling a d6. I'm looking for a 3 to 6. Hopefully I don't have to spend a button to do it.
Yep.
Can you spend multiple buttons if I needed
You
to?
can keep as long as you got buttons, you can keep rolling. But let's not even think about
You got
that
this, Mike.
possibility.
So
You got
terrible
this.
at rolling dice. That's a 2.
All right, let's spend a button.
So terrible at rolling.
But you are great at public speaking, and that's really
Well,
what we need.
That's a 3.
Woo! All right. So the 15th Amendment, you get to add 2 in Congress,
Right?
Okay.
and you
This is
can
looking
add
good.
8 anywhere,
No more than 2
per state. And what I'd look at is what's over here.
Yes. Okay.
So Ohio, you could take 2 of theirs out. Georgia and Texas, Kansas, and Utah. Now, a little note is that so the West was historically very strong for the suffrage movement because, frankly, and that's where long before the 19th Amendment was passed, a lot of those states allowed women to vote because it was an incentive for people to come
to
move there.
Sure.
So, so you're going to have lots of cards. So I'd say Utah is the one you're least concerned about.
Okay.
I guess what you mean to say. So
Okay. So let's wipe out Kansas,
all
right?
Kansas.
There's 2.
Yep.
Nice.
And
Ohio.
Ohio, let's knock that. There's 4. And then
Georgia's looking-
Georgia, yeah, we'll get rid of those 2.
Looking
That's
tight.
6.
And then 2 in Texas.
I love it.
Ooh.
Nice. All right, that was a pretty good play. I feel like you're rallying.
I feel like I'm rallying,
like
and I
Mike's got
definitely
this.
am not just doing exactly what you're saying we should do because I'm definitely going to lean on that. That's all right.
All right.
That is good.
So now it's the Aquabot's turn. They're, of course, going to immediately play California.
Yep.
And that removes
Does
1.
that count as their play, or
No,
are they
no,
gonna- they're
that's-
also
In fact, unlike you're only supposed to play one of these. They'll just play them all. Because,
got it.
Because they're not a thinking.
Sure.
Yeah. So and now they get to add 4 cubes in 2 states determined at random.
Okay.
So
Okay.
state 1. So
Region 1.
because Utah is available,
Right.
they're going to put 4 there,
Okay.
and they'll claim Utah.
I thought you said Utah
Yikes.
wasn't a problem.
Well,
Yikes.
We didn't have to worry about
I mean,
Utah.
Utah's always a problem. And then, so again in Region 1, but now since there's none, they roll and
Go
they put.
into California. Oh, interesting.
They really like California.
We're just
Well,
gonna
but
let
I don't know that I
California
hate
go.
that though, because California, if you
It's a
consider
lot
that a
fun.
loss, I'd rather just keep
Yeah.
dumping into the one that we know we probably have no chance in right now.
All right, so that goes away. And then they're going to do their Aquabot Southern Resentment. If the 15th Amendment is in effect, so
sorry.
the 15th
That
Amendment.
That was
yeah,
a persistent
that.
card.
Yeah, see that?
This one, here
Yes.
we go.
Goes
That
right
needs to go
here.
over there.
Yep. So it is in effect for the rest of the game because it's an amendment. It's done.
Oh, nice.
All right, so their card is if the 15th Amendment is in effect, they
It
get
is.
to add 1 in Texas,
Okay.
Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, and Alabama. And one thing, this game will definitely teach you your geography. So,
Yeah,
Hey.
that's good. Now,
Real quick.
did it already removed 1 out of Congress?
Yep.
If we wanted to trigger this again, is that just something we can do on our turn?
The
or-
15th Amendment, no. So it's just in effect.
It's just
you've
it's
gotten the benefit.
to trigger other cards. Got it.
So other cards like that card they just had there.
Okay.
She has a card that's a great card.
Which I will 1-2 punch right now.
There we go.
With that.
love it.
Reconstruction.
All right. So let's add something in Virginia.
Yep. So this is actually just all the states of the Confederacy is what. So you get all 11. So
okay.
if you want me to just do them.
Do it. Yeah, go for it.
If you don't mind, just for the benefit of...
Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Alabama, Mississippi,
So,
Tennessee,
2 come
Arkansas,
out of here.
Louisiana, Texas.
2 go in here. 1 goes in here. 2, 2, 2, 2. And
love it.
I like how much that cleared out.
I do too.
2 more in Texas. So
Yes.
This is looking awesome.
that was good.
Nice turn, Wendy.
All right. So now they're going to
Thanks for
play
setting me up, Mike.
Utah.
I don't think I had anything to do with that.
And they put 1 in every. This is one of their state cards that they won.
Woo. Okay, well, we cleared out the South and now the West.
California's not looking so
And
good.
then they're playing Old Dixie. Add 1 in Louisiana, Mississippi,
Alabama.
Georgia, Florida. Oh yeah, we are in the South technically. I never think of Florida as the South, but
It's
Yeah,
yes. It's
The more north you go, the more south it feels.
there is that.
All right.
All right.
Oh wait, how do you have 4 cards?
Because he drew a card. Did you not play another card on
Oh,
your
I
turn?
thought I did.
Yeah, you
did,
played.
right?
You won and you discard the
You
other.
need-
one.
Oh, I
discard.
discard. So what was the other one I had? It
I don't know.
was this one. It was Petition to Congress.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you draw 1,
Discard
draw
one.
2,
Sorry.
discard 1, and then play the
Yep.
other immediately. So yeah. So all right. So now it's round 3. Now you guys are a little low on buttons.
We are. I have nothing right now except for what I think I'm going to play, which could potentially get me buttons.
Okay.
I'm going to play a Vindication of the Rights of Women for a couple of reasons. Number one, I remember this was something that I remember teaching about in I was a history teacher for a number of years. So there was Declaration of the Rights of Man. There was a French, and this was kind of like a little play on that, a vindication of the rights of women, because it's like, well, yeah, you're talking about the declarations of the rights of men. What about women? So
Okay.
this is the Mary Wollstonecraft, right? Yeah,
Yes.
was the author of this, and so yeah, I remember teaching about that class. So, and also it's a good card. Draw 2, discard 1, and play 1. So very similar to what I just
Yeah,
had.
like,
Maybe
it sounds like-
buttons.
Let's hope.
Yes,
Buttons. Mike's got the button.
I do.
Okay.
So let's play the Union signal and discard the national.
All right. So the Union signal gives you a button, and you get to place 1 cube in 1 state of each region.
Right. Okay.
And the way I like to do it is like I start
In the West.
with West 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so you don't forget what you've
Now,
done.
do we want to try to fight Utah, or do we want to?
No, let's take out the little ones. The little
Okay.
guys.
So let's knock out New
Because
Mexico.
we're gonna
maybe?
lose some states.
Right. Let's pop.
just gonna happen.
Do we want to go ahead and try to take Texas?
Yeah.
Well, let's go to 2
the
first.
Plains, yes.
I'd hit Kansas.
Kansas because of the card for sure.
Yep. And then Texas.
Texas for sure.
Yep.
Nice.
And then we're going to go to 4. Let's go ahead
Ohio
and.
is
Oh
still
yes, Ohio is open. Let's go ahead and pop one in there.
Yep.
And then we're going to 5.
And both of these, you've claimed all the cards
All
in
the
there, so
card
just whatever.
ones.
Yeah.
This one's one off.
Oh, that's good. Let's let's
for
go ahead and do
that.
that. And then
So we need east and south or northeast.
no, we've
and
already
south?
done
Oh,
south.
we did south.
Yep.
Okay. Just northeast.
Northeast.
We'll just keep working on.
Any states there? that
Oh,
are
this
in
one's
play?
got 3.
Okay.
So
let's do it.
Alrighty.
I love everything about it. And now we don't have to play this now.
I would
right?
actually hold on to that.
Yeah.
Because once the amendment
You
gets
know what?
sent, yeah, and I think
discarded my New York.
Yeah. Once the amendment gets sent to the states, then you can kind of see, oh, where do I need cubes?
Right.
And so, like, it was worth it to play it when you had it Pennsylvania, because then you were able to get another card.
Sure.
But now
Now there's
you
no
just-
real incentive to do it right this
so
moment.
I
Okay.
hold on. So.
I'm gonna do something very.
Except we gotta let the Aquabot go.
Yeah.
Sorry, bad
I'm with
stuff's
you
gotta
though,
happen.
Wendy. I say let's just try to go
This is,
faster
you
than the
know-
You know, if the
Aquabot.
Aquabot doesn't take any turns, I feel very
Then
good.
I win.
Yes. All right. So this card is gerrymandering, and it's actually a pretty good card for them. They get to remove
no.
all of the
Change
yellow in 2
those
states.
voting lines.
With the most.
So
Oh, that's
here's
brutal.
3, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4 that have 2. I'll be honest. Some people just say like, I'm just gonna grab something close, but I'm gonna randomize it 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2. So 2 come out of Virginia.
All right.
And so that represents like coalitions sometimes not agreeing on strategy or tactics and, you know, the movement.
Right.
Stuff
So-
happens.
All
Not
right.
everybody plays nicely. All right. Well,
Now
now
you're up.
I will do something that is very similar, if not exactly, to what Mike did.
Okay.
I receive a button, and then I can put one in any state of each region.
Yep.
So, do you want to start working on New Mexico, or do you want to start clearing stuff off? How about we empty out Nevada?
Want to empty out Nevada?
Oh, yeah.
My hometown.
There we go.
All right.
And then
that
definitely
out.
going to Kansas,
Yeah,
because
let's-
that's still available.
I can't quite reach Kansas. Kansas, Texas is done, so let's work on Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia.
Georgia.
And Ohio, definitely.
Ohio. Where's Ohio?
The one that we've got our cube in.
And there we go.
And then the green and the blue, just
And
one and one.
then
We're gonna
Maryland.
go back into Maryland.
And should we go back to New York?
Sure. All right.
Alrighty.
Nice play.
I love it.
Did I get my button? Yes?
Yeah.
You
right
did,
there.
yes. So
Okay.
we
You
got
guys
3 as a
collectively
pool.
have 3.
Awesome.
All right, so the Aquabot is playing Horace Greeley, placed 2 in New York and 2 in Connecticut. He was a publisher who actually was strongly in support of the abolition movement, but then there was some division over the 15th Amendment, and so then he started to oppose.
Ah.
So
Losing
there's
New York.
2, and then here is Connecticut. So one of yours goes out.
Go one back in.
Going back
There goes
in.
All right, sir. I believe you're up.
I am. Wendy, what do you think is a bigger area of emphasis for us, the Midwest or the Northeast?
That Northeast keeps spinning its wheels one direction and then the other. We're there, so we can easily campaign there.
So,
Can't as easily campaign.
so you're saying maybe focus on the Northeast here, or I could also campaign myself, but
So the way to think about it is if you campaign right now, you're rolling 2 4-sided die, which means you're going to place an average of 5 cubes.
Right.
So when you're looking at your hand, you're like, is this going to get me more than 5 or less than 5? Or is there a really good reason? Like if you were in the South and you wanted to
Yeah.
win Georgia, which winning Georgia gets you 2 buttons.
Right.
It would take a button to move there.
Right.
But it would deny it from the Aquabot. So you have
yeah,
choices.
I'm kind of on the edge here because basically I'm either campaigning and going for like the average of 5, or I'm rolling a D8, but only adding 1 per state. So I can kind of clear out the Northeast a bit, or I can campaign and try to.
Well, you're actually the purple person.
Right.
So.
Well, that's
Oh,
right.
so you're not in the Northeast anyway.
No, but I could play a Northeast.
Oh, yeah.
I could play a Northeast card to clear that out, or I can campaign where I'm at instead.
Yep. And I'm actually going to tell you something. I gave you some bad advice, I think. So I said keep Texas.
Okay.
But I forgot Georgia's still up.
Georgia is up.
So you could play that, and that gives you 2
that
more
would
buttons.
and I would still be playing something
Buttons are
here.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to go ahead and play Texas now?
Let's play Texas.
Let's play Texas.
All right.
All
The
right.
buttons are bigger in Texas.
The buttons are bigger in Texas.
All right, so we're going to add 2 to Georgia right away. So
Okay. They can be anything or just his?
They can be any.
Anything. Okay.
yeah.
And keeping a nice mix is good. And so that means you can claim Georgia.
Can't play it now.
Well, you should have actually played Texas last turn, and I dissuaded you from doing so. So we're going to fudge the rules a little bit and say you can play it this turn also,
Oh, okay.
if you would like.
Sure, I mean, it doesn't
I'm
hurt to have
okay
a couple
either- yeah,
of
I'm
budget
okay
bad
either.
buttons, right?
Yeah.
All right, so let's
Do we
go.
want to do the other 4 in Florida so we can just have that locked down?
Well, you can only do 2 per state.
Oh, 2 per
maximum.
state. Okay,
Yeah.
so 2 in Florida and 2 in South
And then,
Carolina.
sure, let's do that. That sounds good.
And then you still
I
have
still
a
have to
card.
play. So, do we want to campaign, or do we want to try to clear out the Northeast or Midwest?
Let's clear that Northeast.
All right,
Why
so
not?
let's play Oh no, Frederick Douglass. Sorry.
Yep.
And roll a
Rolling
D8, and we're going to be clearing out, basically adding that number. But
Okay.
yeah, I mean, we could add, I suppose, to what is that, Jersey or? Oh, we could add to New York, and also we're in.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a 6. I do all right on
6.
this. All right. So, we could basically clear all of them out and add 1 to New York, or add 1 to.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
That's a
do
good
that.
plan, I think.
Yeah, let's clear out the
Okay.
5.
Do you want?
And then what
do you want me
color-
to reach, or do you want to reach?
I
it's
can
so
reach.
far
That's
away.
fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. I can reach. What color do we want to add where? Does it have to be his color?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because it's a
matter?
card play, so you can do
So
either.
we can either add 1 to New York, or we could have added a purple to 6 there. So
Okay.
yeah, that's good. That's good.
right.
I like
New York
it.
is
And
set.
then I hang on to this one.
Yep. And then so the bot is playing Senator Joseph Brown. Play if there's at least one of these in Congress. There is, so they're going to remove 1.
Okay.
And they're adding 2 to Georgia, so they're just going to take out. But
bummer.
We still
you
have
already
the
won
card.
the card, so it
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
really
true.
matter. And you know,
It matters.
Georgia's a tough state to win.
Yes.
So.
Yes, it is.
All right. So now
Okay.
it's your final play.
I can work on the planes, or I can do what I did last time. What are you thinking, Mike? We haven't done much in the plains.
We have not.
There's a lot of other
Kansas
regions
is
that are
still
struggling.
up for grabs, but
The only thing I would say is, since you have some buttons now,
we got buttons.
Ohio is a good card because it allows you to play 2 from your deck, and you want to get through that deck.
Oh,
It could be worth it to campaign in Ohio, or you could play your Lucy Stone card. It gets you another button. You get to place one everywhere. You place one there and figure, we'll just take Ohio next turn.
Which is good. Can I move anywhere with a button?
You can move anywhere.
Anywhere.
But you usually would only do that if you're going to campaign.
Yeah. Yes, that makes sense. I think I'm just going to get another button for now. You cool with that, Mike?
I am very cool with
Build
that.
up our buttons.
All right.
We've got a good supply
hegemony.
of buttons.
All right, so let's go ahead and let's clear out Arizona.
All right.
Let's add one to Kansas.
Okay.
Although I would put a purple in just so you have diversity.
Oh, it doesn't have to be mine. That's
Yep.
only campaigning,
yeah,
right?
only in campaigning.
Okay.
In the south,
Georgia.
we're going to keep fighting for
Again.
Georgia. Okay.
I
like
guess.
it. You definitely, I would say, want to go in
Yes.
Ohio, though.
Let's put one in Ohio.
And then one in the green and one in the blue.
We can take over Virginia.
Virginia needs some diversity.
You can say that
Organizational
again.
diversity. And then Maryland?
Well, that's
No,
still
that was
green.
Oh, that's green.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Gotta go into blue.
Connecticut. looks
Connecticut.
good.
Why not?
Sure.
Okay.
All right. So now they are going to play their last turn. This is a tough one. The 15th Divide Suffragist.
Oh, boy.
If the 15th Amendment is in effect, you lose 2 buttons, and it doesn't matter who loses them. They're jointly held.
Did you give me a button when I?
Yeah, we've got
Yes.
4 total still.
So,
And you lose, remove purple from 4 states with the most. And so this is
that's rough.
brutal. So 3 from here and 3 from here.
Man.
And then I'll give these to you. And then where you have 2,
We got 2 in
2,
Georgia,
2 a
and
bunch.
Texas.
I'm just gonna grab 2.
Okay.
Because like, you can be like super pedantic about it.
Yeah.
Or you can just
Yeah.
be like, all right, I'm just gonna grab
Just
2.
done.
So
All right.
that's
Oh,
a tough card.
that's
a
a
really
rough
bad
one.
card. But
we
the
got it
15th
out.
Amendment's important.
It is.
But you know,
Yeah.
sometimes
we can
wins
recover
is
from this,
have
Mike.
losses. So.
I still believe in us.
All right, so that's the end of turn 2.
Okay.
Okay.
So now the game is a third over.
All right.
And how long have we been playing?
We've been playing about 47 minutes.
Holy cow!
Yeah, we're.
Oh, we should move a little faster.
We'll move it.
All right.
We'll
We
move
got
it.
this. We
All
know
right,
what we're
so we
doing
move
now.
that card over there.
Turn 3.
All right.
So
Hey, when would you
3
grab
more
the-
cards for you.
All right.
3 more cards for you.
3 more cards for me.
You are going to be bidding first against the Aquabot for one of these strategy cards.
Okay, so remind me how this bidding works.
All right. You have a total of 4. You have to commit them, so you're going to lose
Yes.
whatever you commit.
So whatever is committed is done.
If you roll better than them, I mean, if you have 4 and if you have more than they rolled, then you win. You get to pick one of those.
If we
Do you
commit all, we
add
can
the-
at least guarantee a tie.
Do you add the 4 to the die? Is that what it is?
No.
Or like that's
You're
what I
rolling,
guess I don't
we're
understand.
going against their
Yeah,
roll.
so this is the number of buttons basically they committed.
Oh, okay.
If that makes
Got
sense.
it.
You were rolling for them last time, basically.
I see. This makes sense. Okay, what do you think, Mike? I made the decision last time. It was not the right decision.
And obviously, if this was the other, if you were playing against an opposition player, you'd see how many buttons they have.
Right.
Sure.
So, but since
I wouldn't mind committing up to 3. I mean, keeping
Up
at
to
least
3.
1 button, that gives us
you
a pretty
getting-
good shot, but
Only-
well, and what are your
oh,
what do
you
your
know what?
hands
I
look
have
like?
actually a lot of buttons.
I've got a couple of buttons.
yeah, I have a huge button card.
Yeah, she has a card that gets
And
4.
and I've got 2. I've got one that can give me 2. So do we want to just go all in?
You want to do it?
Let's go
Okay,
all in
let's
and
do it.
guarantee at least
All right, so I roll
tie.
this
Yep.
die for the Aquabot.
Yep.
Done.
It's a good thing. All right.
So I'll collect the buttons, but now you get to choose one of those.
5 buttons. Lose half of their buttons.
Oh, I'm sorry. That
That's
card's
should
not
be
that
in there,
card.
right?
Yeah, that's card
try a
that shouldn't
different
be in
one.
there.
Okay, 6 cards from the draw deck. Play 1 card for its event immediately. Place any number of remaining 5 cards on the top of your draw deck and the rest at the bottom of your draw deck. So you can
That's
like
great.
search through your cards.
Yes, that's great.
And then add 1 cube of any color in any one region.
That doesn't seem
You
that
want top
exciting.
deck?
That's a little weak.
Yeah.
Want to draw? So is this? We both get to do this, or just
No, just so you would
You.
take that.
Just me.
And then
Okay.
on your turn,
I can play
you can
that
play
if
it
I
if
so
you'd like.
desire.
Nice.
Okay.
and then let's go ahead and flip a new one so we know what's
The
coming
new
up
strategy says playable if it's turn 5 or turn 6. Look through your draw deck and select 1 card and play for its event immediately. Then reshuffle.
Okay. Wow.
Now, usually so there's some really important cards in turn 6. If you haven't seen them yet, you play that.
You
to go
play that
get it.
card to get
Okay.
there.
That's your safety.
Okay.
So, all right. So you're up, sir.
All right, I am. Okay, so Ohio is still the one that we're really trying to...
Yep. Ohio and Kansas. If you had a card that was place 1 in...
Midwest?
that would work too.
That would be great.
If you had ones like place 1 in one state of each region, you'd be able to get both those states in one fell swoop.
One in each other state in the Midwest.
Oh, that's a good card.
Ida B. Wells. Yeah, let's go ahead and play Ida B. Wells Barnett, because that also gets us 2 buttons.
So you get 2 buttons. You get
2 in Illinois.
1 in Ohio.
Nice.
And 1 in all of the other states, which cleans them out. And you get to claim Ohio, which if you wanted to play now, you could. Or you could hold on to... I mean, it's up to you.
Should we just play it?
Sure.
Yep. 2 cards from the deck. Draw, discard 1, and play the other one for its event immediately. Ooh.
Are they good?
Is it good stuff?
Are they 2 good ones?
Yeah.
That's the
I think National American Women's Suffrage Association.
You have to play that.
Yeah.
All right. So this card brings your 3rd campaigner in.
Right.
So now when you campaign, you would roll 3 dice instead of 2.
Right.
If you discard a card to get buttons, you get 3 instead of 2. So she goes in the Atlantic and Appalachia. We'll put her down like that.
Okay.
And you get 3 buttons.
3 buttons. Yeah, that seems like a pretty darn good
Now,
card.
you max out at 12.
Okay.
So just
okay.
FYI.
Got it.
All right.
All right.
So now the Aquabot. So they always play 1 card at the first turn 1, turn 3, and turn 5. They have these start. So they are forming the National Organization Opposed to Women's Suffrage. And so now they get their 2nd campaigner up in the Northeast.
Okay.
Ooh.
And that's their play.
All right. Well, it's good that we got ours out too then. So.
Yes, definitely.
All right. I'm just going to go ahead and do this. 4 buttons.
All right.
All right. Here's
Gonna have
4.
so many buttons.
And so we're
And then, do you want to play the winning plan?
Your
The winning
strategy
plan?
card?
Oh, yes. Okay.
So you get to look at 6 cards and play 1 immediately. And then the ones that you don't like, you
I
put
can
on
put
the
on the
bottom.
bottom of the deck.
And the good ones put on the top.
Right.
So.
And while she's doing that, should I go or?
Well,
because she's going to be playing one. Oh,
she's going to be playing one
That's
too.
true.
So.
Okay. Is this how many dice I remove?
You would roll
Depending on my
2
roll?
6s.
Okay,
And you'd
and that
remove
was-
that many of
okay.
theirs.
Those are very similar.
I mean, oh, that's a nice one. I mean,
that is a
a
nice
few of
one.
them are
Okay,
good.
so
But I'd push almost all of them I'd push to the bottom because you want to get into your late deck.
yeah, we really do.
Are the
Debate
states that have
between us.
cards the same each time?
So there's 12 cards and we used 9. There's
Okay.
2 in each region.
Got it.
And so each turn just 3 are taken out just so
Okay.
there's a little diversity.
Got it. All right,
Okay,
here we go.
I'm gonna go
Brian's
ahead
question.
and
Good question though.
play that one, and I will put the rest on the bottom
Carrie
of the
Chapman
deck.
Cat.
All right.
So we
I'm
get
familiar with that
even
name.
more buttons.
So you get 2 more buttons.
Wow, we are button heavy.
And you can place 1 in one state of each region, which obviously you'll be able to get Kansas.
Yes.
Yeah.
So where would you like to?
Let's
I'm
start
fond of
working
Idaho
on-
potatoes myself.
yeah, let's do
All right.
Idaho. It is.
1 in the south.
One in the south. Should we?
Well, do we not
Let's-
put one in
let's-
Kansas?
Sorry,
or-
yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry. One in Kansas, so
we
you'll
get
claim the
this.
Kansas card.
And then Texas. Put a purple in.
Sweet.
Love it.
Purple in
Yeah, I'm gonna
Texas.
give her a handful
Yeah.
of purples.
Yeah.
And give you a couple more yellows.
Do a purple in Maryland
Thank
and
You still
a
get 1 in the pink also.
purple New York and a purple in Illinois. We're just doing lots of purple because they
Love
all
it.
got removed.
Yes.
All right.
All
So
right.
now the Aquabot is playing.
And
so
have we decided what cards are going to the bottom and the top?
Yes,
here?
you already
Got
got
it.
it.
Oh,
You're
that's good.
good. She made a
Beautiful,
great
beautiful, beautiful.
strategy. All right. So their card is white supremacy and the suffrage movement. If you had played Southern Strategy, which is basically the suffrage movement aligning with pretty bad folks in the
Yeah.
South, then they would play this card. But because you haven't played Southern Strategy, congratulations, by the way.
We dodged
Although
that one.
It's so
tempting,
it's
yeah.
a good card. That
Right,
right. So since you haven't played that, they're just going to discard this card to campaign.
Okay.
Okay.
Show it. So, but now they have 2 campaigners, so they're going to campaign twice.
Okay.
And because all of the state cards are gone, I'm just going to roll the
Random.
6. I'm going to roll it all together.
Okay.
Now. So region 2,
Plains,
state 1,
Montana.
3 cubes.
3 into Montana.
Oh, come on, Montana.
Right.
That's where I was born. Can't have. And then 6-7-3, so 6, 7,
And then put 2 into Connecticut.
and 2 go into Connecticut.
All right. I like that this is a very simple system to administer as far as running the bot there. That's as a
Sure.
solo player, it's kind of nice to see that. So.
Well, it's nice that there are 48 states. It really worked out. So
that is true, right?
6 and 8.
Balancing
Mathematically,
it,
that is
yeah.
nice. All right, it's back to me. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Wisconsin. So let's say.
Something to keep in mind when
Yeah.
you're rolling. Now you're rolling 3 dice.
Yeah, we want
So-
a campaign.
Yeah. So your average roll is going to be 7.5, right?
Wow. Okay.
Because for
Which is why the cards get better too.
and the cards get better
makes sense.
because you have more people, so they need to be more compelling.
Right.
Yeah.
Although I have a card that can let me put out 10.
See, that's better than 7.
Right.
0.5.
It's just in very specific. But I think Farmers for Suffrage seems like a
Oh.
decent card right now.
I'm a big fan of farmers.
Yep.
So, if you want me to just
Yeah, we
put
can
Yeah,
pop
go
those
for
in
it.
there.
goes
Yep.
into
Yeah, it's gonna go
Wisconsin, Minnesota,
Minnesota, Iowa,
North and South Dakota.
Yep.
Yeah, I just figured at this point we can kind of
Yep.
start locking
'Cause
down some.
You do need to drop a lot of cubes
Right.
on the board. So
All right.
So
Let's
they
bad bot this up. Aquabot.
they're doing conservative opposition. They are going to place 1 cube in 1 state of each region. And actually, as a solo player, I hate this card because you got to roll the 8-sided die 6 times.
Oh, gotcha.
And so
Okay.
I kind of regret this card. And there's like 2 of them. So state 2, state 7. Oh, so they're going to take one of you out. State 1, state 5, state 1, and up there state 1. So, and that was
Alright.
not Tori's fault. That was my fault. So don't blame her.
Alright,
blame me on that
blame
card.
you.
So
Okay, I'm going to roll
bad.
a 6-sided die to try to get some representation in Congress
nice.
here.
And if you fail, you have plenty of buttons.
Yes, we
Yes, I thought there were so many buttons.
Yep.
So
Oh.
button it up.
Oh,
There we
you
go.
go.
There we go.
Okay,
All
that
right.
was worth a button.
do. It was worth the button.
Okay, so we add a Congress
yep.
marker and then 4 in Montana and 2 in each other state
that out
in
of
the
there.
plains.
Awesome. I'll
That is
get
a
those for you
great
if you'd like.
card.
Thank you.
Yes, and Janet Rankin was also a pretty great representative. She voted against World War I. She was the only
Oh,
vote
wow.
because she thought that nothing should be unanimous. So
Interesting. Okay.
she's really, I'm a big fan of hers. And her, so in D.C., there's 2 busts from every state, and she's one of them.
Oh, that's very cool.
So, and
Interesting.
she's the first woman elected to federal office.
Wow.
So she's pretty baller.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's great.
So.
Well, those planes are looking good now.
Yeah, it's starting to look better there. Okay,
All
here
right,
we go.
so Senator John Wingate from New Hampshire, he is going to remove 1. He
Okay.
opposed suffrage, so he's removing 1 from Congress, and he was from New Hampshire, so
right,
2 cubes go in New Hampshire.
All right. Let's try to lock down the Midwest because I like the way we're looking there. So we'll play Ain't I a Woman,
Okay.
and we're going to be rolling a D8, correct? Or do I want a campaign because
would
that's
campaign.
actually going to do better
Because
for us there,
that,
right?
yeah, I mean, statistically, rolling an 8, you're going to roll 4.5.
Right, so I
but
think-
if you discard it to campaign, you
I
have to
almost
roll.
want, though, if I'm going to do that, though, I mean,
I'm such a math nerd. I'm sorry.
no,
Yes,
that's
you know
no,
the
I
odds.
wasn't even thinking. Do we want? Basically, I'm going to be discarding one of these. Do we? One is dealing with the
you're keeping one
Midwest,
to the next turn.
right? That's what I'm saying. So one is dealing with the Midwest, one is dealing with the West. Which one should I save?
Midwest, we're pretty good at.
All right, so I'll hang on to the West card and I'll discard the
Yeah.
Midwest card for my campaign.
Yeah, and that's also an early card.
Yeah.
And they're weaker, so that's not a bad idea.
And that's good. That's a middle
So
card.
you
okay.
roll
There we go.
3 dice.
Okay.
But you're going to give 2 to one of your campaigners and 1 to the other one. And if you want to move one of them, you can spend a button to do so. But you can look at the dice roll first.
Okay.
That's a pretty
Way
bad
to
roll.
roll.
That's a bad roll.
That's a button roll.
Yeah. Button
Spend
up.
that button.
That's worse.
That's
Wow.
Wow,
I
Mike.
told you I was bad at rolling dice.
I'm taking
didn't
you to
I?
Vegas and betting against you.
Man.
All right, I would just
Stick with 6
At
at
some
You know,
point.
Yeah, this is
we
crazy.
just
I mean,
accept.
we do have a lot of buttons,
we
but
accept
yeah.
who you are, Mike.
All right. So, we
So
can
you can
also
just spend them all.
Oh.
Oops.
Oh, no.
Ooh, sorry.
I may or may not have done something similar in
These
many
things
other
happen.
games.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'll go like that.
Okay.
As well.
So you can only place purple.
Right.
You could spend a button to move, but I don't think there's any reason to.
No.
Right.
So we got 6.
Yep.
Yep.
And there's no limit to how many you can place in a state because that's
Okay.
one of the benefits of campaigning.
Do we want to lock down Virginia and North Carolina, or
Sure.
do we want to diversify?
Let's just do it.
Okay, so let's
Dump 'em
put
all
3
in.
in North Carolina and 3 into Virginia, if you wouldn't mind.
I would
Sounds
be
good.
happy to be here.
Or, yeah, Pennsylvania
Sure.
works too, either way.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's good. I didn't even realize. Yeah, either one of those.
All the above.
I think it's 6 and 1 at this point.
All right. Yeah,
That's
right now
looking-
it's sort of.
looking
yeah.
good over there.
All right. They are playing Oh Senators, Save Us From Ourselves, which is a Harper's cartoon that was pretty crappy.
Right.
So again, this is one of those cards where one in every region.
Okay.
State 4. 8.
8.
4. And 8, which is this one. Yes.
Oof. Okay.
And the numbers kind of go like
Yeah.
woo, like
Yep.
so. All right, your play, ma'am.
All right, I think I'm going to do some campaigning, so I'm just going to ditch this card here.
Nice. And
This
so
early
you
card.
so you roll.
I roll 3, and I will
And
roll
they-
better than Mike.
Yes.
Yes,
Watch me
please.
now.
I think that's a given.
Yeah, right?
I have to roll really
You
careful.
saw
or
me
these
roll the
don't
3
fall off.
ones, right?
I did not roll better than
Actually,
you got a
the way
6.
you rolled that, I think was a little messed up. I think you should re-roll that. I
What?
think you were cheating a little bit there. So re-roll.
Yeah,
it.
just
What?
do a reroll.
I was just trying to get them
Yeah,
to
I
fall
felt
off.
like there's a
Oh, sorry.
hiccup in the roll.
I was
so-
trying to get them to not fall off the table.
Oh my gosh.
Was my goal. That's a 2.
Oh, all right. Maybe I
think we
should have
gotta
said
we
anything.
gotta button it
I
up.
think you got to button that.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Remember how I was claiming I'm a better roller than Mike? It's really hard not to roll these things off.
I think it's because you're rolling on
I
the
think
thing.
6 is required.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it just is what it is. Okay.
All right. So you can put 6 yellow anywhere in the northeast,
In the northeast.
Or we
you
can
wanna-
move.
or you could move. But although, yeah,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
nice.
We okay with that? Actually, let's spread them out
Yeah.
because stuff happens.
Okay.
All right. And so then the Aquabot. I think this is the last play.
And we'll move the dice off
Yes,
there.
Yep.
for sure.
Senator Cotton Ed. He was from South Carolina. This guy was a character and not in a good way at all. So he's taking 2 out of South
right.
Carolina. All right. That's the end of turn 3.
All right, here we go.
Turn 4.
We're getting there.
We start with this right here.
Okay.
So you get how many buttons
We've
do you
got
all have?
quite
We
a
got
few
a lot of
still.
buttons.
I got 2 here, and you got what, 6 total? I think we have.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh,
so
7
we have
buttons.
7.
Yeah, there's one over there.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah. Just so
That
we
was
keep
a-
in the. pool.
So they're still rolling the 4. They won't start rolling a 6 until the last. So
Okay.
you definitely can
Yeah.
bully
I mean,
them. I mean, if you bid 4, you're gonna tie. Bid 5, you're gonna win
we
for
don't
sure.
even have to roll. Yeah.
This Eye on the Future card is super helpful to have.
Okay.
So
It's your call, Wendy. You're the yellow player.
Ooh, I'm the yellow player. So much pressure here. I think 4.
Okay.
all right.
They'd have to roll perfectly to.
Yep.
Yeah.
So do you want me to roll
Let's
for
let
that?
Kevin
for
roll.
it.
Let's give him the pressure. That's a 4.
All right.
Can I spend a button to have you re-roll?
No.
You can't.
No.
So that was
All right.
actually
So it's a
really
tie, so nothing
bad.
happens?
So nothing,
Nothing
happens.
happens.
Okay.
All right.
I'm
Well,
sorry about that.
That's
I
all
led
good.
you. I feel like I led you straight. Oh
No,
there's
no,
nothing.
you're
you're
good.
fine.
There you go.
You're fine. Look,
The odds
this,
were in my
nothing,
favor.
nothing worth fighting
And you still
for
have
comes
your
easy,
counter,
right?
so.
Oh, now this is interesting.
Is it
Do
Southern
we want to?
Strategy?
No. I have that, but I don't know that we want to play that.
I needed this card
It's
earlier.
actually really interesting watching the people who play it and the people who don't play
Yeah.
it, and it's not. It doesn't always fall the way I think it will.
Yeah. I don't know that I want to play that.
But you see, it's a really powerful.
It's a
card.
very powerful card. We can show it.
Yeah. So this is Southern Strategy, and basically the white women in the suffrage movement started saying, "Oh, we'll take care of things. Don't worry about it." Mm-hmm. And it was not not the brighter part of the suffrage movement.
No.
But so to reflect that in the game, it's a very powerful card.
Right.
But then there are repercussions for
are-
playing that
Right.
that come.
We've
So,
got Pips in Space in the chat here asking, I wonder where this would fall on the games for classrooms list. Seems to be a lot of historical information included, and the game looks like it's fun. Speaking as a former history teacher, I would absolutely consider this because there are so many things that we're playing and doing that I directly addressed in the class. So the short answer is it would be very good.
We actually had a number of teachers as our playtesters.
That does not surprise
Mostly
me.
in AP classes, but
Right.
I think
Yeah.
a couple
especially
junior
for
highs.
homeschooling or that kind of thing, where you can really get this to the table and talk about
Right.
it individually and stuff. Yeah.
Now, I would have loved to have played this when we had a little more buttons, but I mean, do we want to be doing some campaigning? If we want to be doing campaigning this round, then I've got a very good card to play.
oh, well,
Okay.
then you should play it early. If it's the way
Yes.
that allows you to roll sixes,
Yes.
definitely.
Okay.
Do we want to do some campaigning?
That's
how
a
good are your cards?
That's a good card.
Because so she has the card that brings the fourth campaigner in.
Yeah.
So now, so you if you play that and then she plays that, and then you guys commit to 4 rounds, you 2 each of campaigning.
Right.
You're going to be rolling 4 6-sided dice.
That's a
when you
lot
campaign.
That's a
cubes.
lot
I
of
mean-
cubes. Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, let's play Mary Louise Bottineau Baldwin.
All right. So she
This is
allows
a
you to roll.
persistent for the turn card.
Yep.
Okay,
Roll a
so
6
it's
instead of a
okay.
4.
Okay.
Now that's just setting up. I don't actually do a campaigning. I'm just setting up for future campaigns, right?
Okay.
All right.
We
And
like
then
this.
they. So this card is, if the Southern strategy is in effect, they would get to play it, but it's not, so they're going to just campaign.
Okay.
So, and they have 2 campaigners. So the first one stays, and he puts 1 in state 7.
That's not
Okay,
bad.
that's not bad.
I'm okay
And
with
then
that.
the other gentleman goes to.
The West?
No,
Is
it's
that-
this one
Ah, okay.
right here. State 1. Oh, but he does put 4 cubes
Wow.
Ooh,
Tennessee.
Tennessee betraying me.
there. And I will say, so we used women as the suffrage player and men as the opposition player, but that's not wholly accurate. That's just for ease of
Sure.
identification.
Okay.
But frankly, some of the strongest opponents to suffrage were women, and some of the champions for suffrage were men. So
Yeah, it's
so I don't want people to think
not a
we don't
clear line
recognize
there.
that.
sure,
Yeah.
sure.
All right, I'm gonna play this awesome card, so I get to add another one to Appalachia.
Nice.
There, we're just partying down there.
Yeah, no
And you
kidding.
get some cubes, I think,
I
too.
so I get one in Congress.
Oh, and one in
And
Congress.
2 buttons.
Nice.
Yep, and 2 buttons. So no cubes, but
All right.
good stuff.
So now they are playing a threat to the ideal of womanhood. Play if it is round 1 or 2, which it currently is. For the remainder of the turn, you must
Oh, wait,
spend
round 1 or 2 or?
round,
Oh, I
not turn.
see, not
round.
turn.
So we used to have a round tracker, and everyone just ignored it.
Right,
no one
right,
would
right.
ever advance it. So
Got it.
so it's the second round because you're
Okay.
just second play.
Sure.
But this card actually isn't going to hurt you at all.
Okay.
Because you have to spend a button to play a card as an event, but you're already committed to campaign.
Oh.
That's correct.
So who cares?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
That's
It's good stuff.
no big deal.
No big deal indeed. All right.
And then that'll go away at the end of the turn. So.
Okay. So let's go ahead and discard. Are you okay with me getting rid of this Southern strategy? It's a powerful card, but
Let
I
it
don't
go.
think I want to play it. Let's get it out
You
of there.
hand me the other.
right.
No, the other 6-sided.
Ooh, we're 6-sided now.
So you're
Yeah.
rolling 6s, sir.
All right, here we go. Here
got
we
this,
go.
Mike?
Do I? Do
oh.
I?
Oh, you do.
That's not bad.
It's a new
That's a
turn.
great roll.
New round.
That's not bad.
All right, so you're putting down 18 cubes, and you split. So you have 2 campaigners, so you put 2 dice with one and 2 dice with the other.
You can spend
Okay.
some buttons.
You could spend all 18 in one region,
Right.
or if you wanted to spend a button to move to another region, you could do that. Either one. I mean, frankly, you're going to be piling up the buttons,
Yeah.
the cubes there. So
Right. Okay, so I'm thinking 10 and 8 maybe
yeah, keep in mind you're going to spend 4 alone probably to knock that out.
to knock
so.
that out.
So
yeah.
that'd probably be your 8 Tennessee to get Tennessee
right.
from -4 to +4.
Or do we just want to lock? Gosh,
I mean, you could lock that region.
we
down.
could just lock it down.
That's a
We could.
great roll.
Let's just do that.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's just lock it down.
So
4 of them are gone there,
4.
and we're putting in 14 more, and they have to be purple.
Yep.
2, 4, 6, 8.
That's the only concern is that
10,
that region already is
12,
really purple, Mike.
14. It is.
we might lose.
We may lose. I mean, we
Tons
have
of purple.
We may.
You could spend
we
you could
could go
spend
south.
6 more
Mm-hmm.
and just spread them out, and then use the button to
But you
move
can
to the
move
south.
to the
and
south.
place
Yeah.
8 there.
Okay, so let's do that.
I almost
so
feel
let's
better
do
about
that.
that.
So I'm going to move one of your folks to the south.
All right. and
So
we'll
you've
put
already spent 4 here.
4, so we can pop another 2 in there.
Well, so you spent 4.
Oh, 6.
Do you want to spend 6?
Yeah.
So 2, 4, 6,
Okay. And then
and then you have 8 for the
8
south.
for down here.
Do you want to
Just
take
clear those out.
And then you have 4 more. I like that.
And then We have 2 more. Do we want to lock down Florida? Or do
We
we want
just
to
spread them out because I do feel like we keep moving we keep losing our big regions.
We do. Okay.
All right. The Aquabot is playing the Great San Francisco Earthquake.
Ooh.
Play if you have any cubes in California, but you don't.
Oh.
But you do. But they still will play it because you lose a button.
Okay.
So.
We
that's
just lose
not
one
bad.
button.
Just lose one button.
We'll lose a button.
We still have
so
3.
bad.
We still have 3 buttons.
We're still okay on buttons. All right, so I'm just gonna discard cards campaign.
Yep.
Let's do my middle range 1.
All right. Here you go.
All right. Let's see.
Oh, that's a good roll.
That's a
Nice.
good roll.
16.
17.
17.
17. I got a
17.
one.
Oh, you're right.
Yep.
Yeah. Sorry.
All right. I could balance out Appalachia
Yep.
some with that.
So the way you think of it is put 2 dice in Northeast and 2 dice in Appalachia, and how you want to allocate them doesn't really matter. Just
Okay.
split them up.
Just it has to be though separated.
Yep.
Okay, I see. Okay.
Because when you're playing Justice yourself, you would put you'd put it 1 die with one of each campaigners, but because you're playing co-op, you have to.
Okay, so do we want me to just do Appalachia and get it done, Mike?
Let's do it.
The 10 in there and just be set.
I'm fine with that.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right.
Nice.
That's pretty solid there. And then I have 7 left over. 2, 4, 6, 7. To go up in the Northeast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did I miss one? 7.
There you go.
I love it.
All right,
All right.
we're set.
They're playing Emma Goldman.
Mm-hmm.
She was a socialist who actually was deeply opposed to voting because she didn't want the state to have any legitimacy.
Okay.
So, and it's 1 per region, so she's putting 1 in California. My goodness.
California is a lost cause.
Kansas,
In so many ways, that's true.
Alabama.
They get to put 1 in Michigan. Come on, Michigan. State 5, it does get a little crowded, but I
Yep.
happen to know that is Virginia. Mm-hmm. And State 8, which is this one right here.
Man, we keep trying to win Jersey, and it keeps getting taken from us.
Yep.
All right, so I mean, because of the card, we've committed to campaigning. So, I think I'm going to get rid of the West Awakening because this card I think is more versatile.
Oh, but this card is 16 cubes.
Oh. That's true because it's 2 into each. Then we'll play Helen Keller.
All
Okay.
right. So you need the
D6s again. That's
nice.
Not bad either. Okay, so that is 18. All right. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. So many cubes. Okay.
You're going to spend a button and leave Appalachia?
Well, I mean, I'm
Or
here
just
too. Right?
Yeah, but I mean,
Appalachia's done.
Yeah, we don't
done.
need that.
Right.
So let's spend a button. Let's get out
Right.
of there. Wendy, do you mind spending one of yours just because?
Totally fine.
Yep. We still have 2 left. All right, so where do we want to go? Do we want to try to go to the west? I've got a card that will allow me to add a bunch to the west.
That could really set you up nicely in the west.
Let's go ahead and do that.
All right.
All right.
So in the south,
Yeah, how do we want to do this? Do we want to do 8 and 10
Yeah, let's do it.
or 9 and 9? Let's do 9 and 9.
Okay.
all right.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay.
If I might be so bold,
You might.
what if you go like this and use this out here? Because knocking out Utah is
That's a big one.
expensive. I mean, if you have 11 there, that's 4, and that's 3 in Oregon, and then splatter 4 about.
That's not a bad idea.
Just an idea.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea. So you're saying get rid of all those.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good idea. So that's 7 out right there.
Yep.
And you're saying using this.
Yep.
And that'll leave me with 4 more to spread out.
Yep.
Okay, let's just do that.
You're just going to leave Washington?
Yeah, we'll leave Washington alone for now. And then we have
7 in the south.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay.
And just spread them out?
Yeah.
Evenly?
I mean, we can lock down Florida if you want.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, and then let's just spread those amongst the ones that don't have representation right now.
All
There
right.
we go. Beautiful.
So this is looking lovely.
Yeah, I mean, it was really nice to be able to get that card early. And
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. They're playing Western Saloons push suffrage veto. Play if the 18th Amendment is not in effect. It is not.
not.
So they placed 2 in Arizona and 1 in New Mexico, Utah, and Nevada.
okay.
But now you can see, I mean, you just dropped down 18 cubes,
Right.
and they're putting 5 down. I
Right,
mean,
right.
But you have the harder.
We
job.
have a larger.
But we're
yeah.
gaining momentum.
Yeah,
We are.
I'm slightly concerned
I
about
am a little
Congress,
concerned about
but
that
you're going
too.
to be okay.
All right.
All right, so.
All right. So I have a card that lets us win ties in final voting,
Oh my goodness.
or to roll an 8 instead of a 6 in final voting. One of these I have to spend for the campaign.
Actually,
Is it worth it? Is it worth it to keep both?
I would play
What's
it for
the
the event.
penalty?
And it's hard because you have to play a card. You have to play. So
Pay a button to
let
do
me
it.
talk about final voting. So
Okay.
at the end of 6 turns, assuming that it's been sent to the states, what you do is you take turns picking states to resolve. And you roll a 6, and the opposition will roll a 6. And then whoever has cubes there adds those cubes. So like
Oh, okay.
here you'd roll, and you'd have 4 plus 2 is
2 is
6.
6.
The default is the opposition wins
On ties.
ties. But you can play Miss Feb wins the late vote, which she wrote to her son who was a legislator, and he changed his vote in Tennessee. So it's a great historical piece, but it's also actually really helpful to win those ties.
Sure.
And then voter registration allows you to roll an 8 instead of a 6.
That's
and
huge.
they have a card though, voter suppression, which allow, and I don't know if it's in the deck or
Right.
not. But that allows them, and I got to be honest, if you're rolling a 6 against their 8, that's tough.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
I almost always recommend playing those for the event. Now it's gonna hurt. You're gonna play.
Pay a button.
Lose
You're
a
gonna play a
button.
button, so you're gonna only have 1 button left,
Which means we're gonna lose one of these cards.
which means you're gonna
Yeah.
lose one of those. Although
That regional focus is
wasn't
not
so
a very
bad.
important card.
Yeah.
I mean, that one I don't really.
let's hope that's what they.
Let's hope what
pick.
they roll. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
let's try to set up for final voting because we're
Let's do
heading
that.
into turn 5.
Let's do the ties first.
Okay.
All right, so it goes
Okay.
into
Into there.
final voting,
We
and
have
we
to
just
pay a
remember,
button.
and you have to pay a button. All right, that was pretty rough.
Button pay.
Yeah,
But-
that's.
But we had a button to give. You know what I mean?
So, and I think you tossed a card. Oh no, it's right there. Never mind. We haven't won it yet. All right, they're playing Xenophobia. Remove all yellow from 2 states with the most, and all purple from the states with the most.
There's a couple with 3 yellows.
Yeah, there and there.
There's a
Yep,
couple
so-
with 3 purples.
There we go.
So-
3 yellow, 3 purple, and 3 purple. There we go.
All right.
And I mean, like I said, you can be really pedantic and roll
Sure,
dice,
sure.
or you can just be
Sure.
like, I'm just going to take what's close. And
Right.
I feel like, if you just want
Yeah.
to get the play of the game, that's
Right, yeah, we're
adequate.
kind of just showing how the game plays out. All right, so these go away.
So these 2 cards go away, so they are
There.
no longer
Finished.
in effect. We're in turn 5. Hopefully you get some good cards. Although you've worked through your deck excellently, so I
I'm sure we will.
still have a lot of high hopes for you. And then you could, so now because it's turn 5, the Aquabot's rolling a 6-sided die.
Okay.
Because remember how your buttons are just
Yeah,
coming like
yeah.
crazy, but you happen to not have a lot.
Right.
I mean, you could wager 1 if you want and hope to tie, but that's probably
Yeah, I have a card that
Well, it's your
I want to
decision.
play, but I really wish we had more buttons. Oh,
Yeah, I have a
we're
card
doing
that
this.
needs-
We're
first.
doing this
Buttons
first.
too.
Yeah,
Do you want to just save it?
I say save it
Let's
because
save
I mean
it.
we're gonna
I think
need
our odds are that good.
because we need to get Congress.
Yes.
we need to get stuff in Congress.
All right, so they win, and so we're going to roll for which one they win.
Hey, that's the one
They're
we
taking
want.
regional focus. So.
Good.
We
stuff.
don't care about that one as
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, because
Does
this
that
one,
cause anything to us, or?
well, they'll play it on their
Yeah.
turn. So.
Okay.
Okay, I have a card that I very much want to play during this turn, but I don't know that I want to play it first because I'd like to get more. I'd like to have more than 1 reroll. Basically, again, this is we probably wouldn't do this in a regular, but I have the midterm elections where it's a 50-50 to add 3 to Congress.
Oh, okay. Well, I have one that will give a couple buttons and might add something to Congress.
But I think what I might play first is the Young Woman Citizen, which is basically drawing 2. This might get me some buttons right here. So let's do this. We'll play the Young Woman Citizen, draw 2, play 1 immediately,
sorry.
and discard the other, right?
Yeah, and so all the cards that you have that are draw 2 cards, they're actually books. I don't know if
Okay.
you've noticed, so.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I see. Okay.
We're probably not going to be doing campaigning this turn, right?
I don't think so.
And
Well,
lobbying is.
I might.
Lobbying
I have
is
one
when
card
you.
I doubt I can
so,
use.
the way you lobby is you normally would roll a 6-sided die, but I take it you might have the card that you roll an 8-sided die.
Yes.
And so that's in play for the whole turn, and you would roll, because you have 4 campaigners, you'd roll 4 8-sided die, and each 6, 7, or 8 would put support in Congress. It's called superior lobbying, I think.
This is called progressions for suffrage.
Oh, yeah.
Processions, sorry, not progressions, processions.
So there were these big marches in D.C., and it really drove a lot of
And
support.
we want to be doing that. We want to be adding things to Congress,
Yeah.
yes? So let's go ahead and play that. Progressions for suffrage, and then this one gets discarded.
Okay.
Because that's for campaigning.
Yep.
And we're not going to be doing that. All right.
And you've drummed.
Processions.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Now that was and that was the card from your
Yes.
Yep. So, all right. So they are going to play War in Europe. Mm-hmm. They remove one of these.
Oh my goodness.
And you have to spend a button to take a campaigning action for the rest of the turn.
Okay, we're not going to be campaigning.
well,
you're
we're
not
set there,
campaigning,
so
so-
that's fine. Okay.
So you have
I'm
something that
going
can get us buttons, you said?
Yep.
All
so
right.
I'm going to roll a d6.
Oh.
What?
Although, so here's the worry, is if you fail, and then you spend the button, and you fail again, like, you failed.
Yeah.
Oh, I
then
only
you-
get the buttons if.
If you
If
win
you get it.
Yeah.
I see.
Do you have any other cards that give you buttons?
No, I don't have any other cards. I have cards that
see.
spend buttons.
Oh, yeah.
I
that's
got
a big-
When do we
expensive
got?
cards.
I have faith in you.
I think we just need
I
to
have
Alright.
faith in you.
All right. Yay!
Hey, that's
believe
a
in me.
6.
All right,
Okay.
Look at
so
So we get one in Congress, and we get 2 buttons.
which is crucial.
nice. And also, that was the 18th Amendment, though.
Yeah, so it
Oh,
stays
it
out.
stays
Yes.
out.
So now the
It's going to trigger.
big liquor won't be able to oppose you.
Got
They're
it.
like, we're done. We're out. So,
Okay.
I love it. All right.
All right, so-
Aquabot.
Make
So
waves.
now he's going to play regional focus,
Okay.
which I actually should have done last turn.
Oh, you're right.
But he's just adding 1 per state in the region with the most contested states. Now, a contested state means that it hasn't been locked up, but since
Right.
it hasn't been sent from the states yet, so I'm just going to roll 1 region, and that's where
Okay.
they're going to put dice. So they rolled a 1, so they're putting 1 in each.
Each state in the West.
Yeah.
Got it.
Man, the West has really been a problem.
It has been a problem.
All right. So that was their card, and then they're playing 1 from their hand, and they are indeed suppressing the vote.
suppression, okay.
So they'll be rolling an 8 in final voting instead of a 6, which is why it's good that you
it's
have.
convenient.
that, yeah.
So,
All right. Let's play the 1918 midterm elections.
all right. On a roll a 6, on a 3 to 6, you put 3 support.
Ooh, 3 support.
Here we go.
That's-
Come on.
We like it, Mike.
Oh, that was sitting on a.
Oh, it was
You
like
spend one of those.
sliding. Yep, you can have a
It
button.
was definitely on a 3 before that. Come on.
It's worth it. It's worth it.
There,
there we
go.
go.
All
All
right.
right, so 3
Oof.
support.
All right.
All right.
And then on our next turn, we could do a
Lobbying.
lobbying, yes.
Lobbying. Yeah, I've got a card.
Or you could lobby on your turn.
I'm gonna lobby because
Yeah.
I have a card I can't
But
use.
we have to do a.
All right.
Yes.
So they're gonna. It's Red Scare,
Okay.
which we're starting to get towards
Yes.
that time in the country's history. Remove all purple cubes from 2 states with the most.
We have a bunch
we
of.
got
we already got hit.
Pennsylvania's
will
got
definitely be one.
3.
Actually, they're all 2s.
No, Pennsylvania has 3.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
right. So 3 come out of Pennsylvania, and then I'm just gonna take 2 from here because.
Okay. All right. All right. So you're going to be
I'm gonna
lobbying.
So I'm gonna spend a card to lobby. That
All
one
right.
cost 4 buttons, so I just wasn't gonna be able to
Right.
afford it.
So you roll 4 dice in
Okay.
every 6, 7, or 8.
I got a 7 and an 8. So
All
we
right.
got 2.
Boom. So Congress has now passed the amendment.
Okay.
So there's now. This is no longer a game part of the game we're worried about.
Okay.
Every state where there is 4 or more red, which
I-
is only California.
Yep.
Can I play these?
Yes, and you'll want to start playing
Okay.
those now. And then every state that has 4 or more purple and yellow gets a check mark.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
And do the cubes come out at that point? So
and the cubes come out.
Okay.
So now they've
So-
voted. They're like,
So we got
support.
Delaware.
North Dakota. Let's just do one at a time.
Tennessee.
North Dakota.
I'm sorry, Kentucky. North Dakota.
South Dakota.
Fewer than we had before that bot turn.
Yes.
And I thought, did you just take them out of Virginia? Did we have Virginia or not?
We did not.
Okay.
We lost a bunch in Virginia.
Okay. All right. But
Okay,
now
but
is
I
a good time.
have. Okay.
Yeah. So you can only play one of them, but I'd play one of them.
What are we closer in?
Well, in Kansas, you could put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That would be 3 states right there.
That sounds good. Okay, so I would play Kansas.
All right.
Let's get put 6 cubes out.
So 1 goes there, 2 go there. I'm just,
Yeah, that makes
Yep.
sense.
and then you have 1 more. Let's just
Ooh.
put it in Oklahoma.
Liking the planes, man. They are on our team.
All right. So now the bot,
So from this point on, anytime we hit 4, it's done.
So we
It's
made
locked in.
campaigning. It's probably not a bad idea at this point.
Well, I mean,
yeah,
you'd have to spend a button to
that's
campaign.
true. Well, just for this
Just
round.
for this
This.
round, but 6th,
Or for
that's
this
when
turn,
you're gonna
yeah.
go,
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so it's the 1918 pandemic, but this is only played if it's round 1 or 2. So
Okay.
you're good. So instead, they're going to discard this card to campaign. So, and now if they roll a state that's already voted, they re-roll that.
Okay.
So section 2, state 2. So they're putting 3 cubes here. And there's already a person there. And then 4, state 8, which is already voted. So I'll just re-roll that. State 3. All right, they're making a little fight.
All right. How many more
Okay.
states do we need to win? 2, 3,
Well,
4, 5, 6.
You have your stack is right here.
Okay, got
We
it.
got
So-
all of them. A lot, Mike. A lot.
Yep.
You're doing fine.
Okay.
All right, so
He
who's?
says we're doing fine.
It's your play.
Mike's turn.
My play. All right.
They've only got 1. Like, I'm happy if there's like 3 or 4.
Got it. Okay.
Only
Okay.
1, you're looking good.
Arizona's getting tight, though.
Yeah.
Well, I grew
Those
up there.
Arizonans.
It's about the way it is.
Okay. War in Europe is not in effect.
Nope. Oh no, it is in fact.
It is in effect.
Oh, is that
Is it a good
Woodrow
card?
Wilson?
No, women in World War I, but I think I place more with the West's Awakening.
I mean, they're both good cards.
They are both good cards. Let's go ahead and play the West's Awakening.
All right,
Alright,
so you
let's-
place 2 in every state in the West except for California.
Right,
Because
so-
California's already.
So we take these out.
Yep.
Okay.
So
And
that's
then-
that.
Then
2. So let's do this.
Yep.
And then 2.
Idaho. Put 1 in each of those 2 states.
1-1.
They're out of New Mexico and out of Arizona.
All right.
Whew, that was good,
mean,
Mike. I was worried about
Putting
Arizona.
10 is good.
Yeah, that's what my thought was.
That was solid.
Oh, that's your card.
All right.
All right, so the Aquabot is playing the unnecessary privilege. I love this. So Tori pulled some of the greatest headlines: low-cut gowns and high morals, suffrage and sex. Like it's just
Right,
it's
right.
really classic
It
stuff.
shows you how the media has not changed all that much, right?
Yeah,
You definitely
right.
got clickbait even back then.
So they're placing 2 cubes in any 3 states. So we'll just roll those at random. So they're putting 2 in Washington. Do you mind putting those up in Washington?
You got it.
They're putting.
I do mind, but I'll do it.
2 in, so that's already voted. So they'll just try to get something else in that region. So 2 in West Virginia.
Ooh.
And 2 in, all right, so there's, at some point it just becomes
Yep.
panic and you're
Just
like
an
1, 2,
odd-
3, 4,
yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so they're
There we
putting
go.
2 in Oklahoma.
All right.
All right. And then so it's your last play of turn
It's
5?
my last play. I'm just going to go ahead and play the voter registration just to get it
Yep.
to the on and out of the board.
And we'll put that in.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
And then the Aquabot's last play. They're saying cheers to no on suffrage. Play if the 18th Amendment is not in effect.
It is.
But it is. So they'll just discard it to campaign. So they are going to Region 5, State 4. They're putting 2 cubes in Pennsylvania. So they took one of yours out.
All right.
Okay.
And there's already a person there. And then they're going to the Northeast, State
no.
8.
Don't
Ooh,
take the
4
Northeast from me.
cubes.
Oh, I forgot to
Wow.
play New York.
You can do it next turn.
No, you just took off my cubes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, you could have. Oh,
I could have.
I rushed you.
That was
you lose,
no, that was
blame
totally
me.
on me. I just forgot it.
All right.
All right.
So that's the end of turn 5.
Okay.
So now these cards are gone. The war is done, and procession for suffrage, but you don't need that anyways.
Okay.
So now we're turn 6,
Okay.
and you're getting your last cards. Now you hopefully. Yeah. So now, I mean, now these are middle. So you've went through the whole deck,
Right.
and got to the late. But that's because you played it smart.
Okay.
So
All right. I have a couple cards that the events are not useful,
yeah, then you'll just campaign with those.
but I have one that gives buttons along
Oh,
with the
that
not
is
so
nice.
useful event. So
And war in Europe, you said is not in effect, or is
Yeah, and so it was
okay.
just for turn
Just
5.
temporarily,
So it's
okay.
Got it. Okay.
So we have to get a lot of groundwork covered
Yeah.
in the next 4 actions.
But because it's already went to the states,
or
so
6 actions.
then if you don't win, we'll go to final voting.
Did we need to do this?
Oh, and we need to do this, but you're going to lose
But
this.
we're going to lose it. So
Do we even?
I'm not.
No, it's
I
not
don't
even
want to
risk
give
the
it that
button.
button.
Let's just give the.
All right, so they're going to take reconsideration. So they're going to replace one of your cubes with one of your
checks.
one of your checks with 2 of their cubes, which is tough. But they'll do it on their turn. So
Okay.
Okay.
All right, and technically one more of these flip, but I think you guys have played all the cards, so these are basically out of the game for now.
Right.
Cool.
So
All right. I feel like we need to be campaigning
Yes.
because, you know,
This is our moment, Mike.
this is our moment, and I'm.
Only thing I would say is you're also low on buttons. You can always discard a card to get 4 buttons.
Oh.
And that's a organizing action, which I know you haven't done this game.
Do you want me to set us up for buttons?
I have a card that I could do that, unless you have a card that you don't want to spend. But I literally a card that does nothing, and then a card that does nothing but gives us 4 buttons.
I've got 2 cards that removes their cubes, which is not super helpful to us right now because, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, they only have 11 on the board.
right. That's what I'm
You're
saying.
also spread out in the regions that
Right.
really need. I really think you working would be good.
Okay, so
because
let's go
I'm-
ahead and spend. Yeah, these I have essentially 2 of the same card.
Yep.
So you're
So
gonna
we'll go ahead and
campaign?
spend that to campaign.
All right, so you're rolling 4s because you don't have one of your
Yep.
good cards in
4
effect.
4s.
So 4s are still good.
That's all right. I mean,
yeah.
it's not great. It's not
So
terrible.
it's 9, so you can
Mm-hmm.
allocate it however you want between your 2 campaigners.
Right.
And so the way I sort of think about it is like, I want to win states.
Yes. So 2, 4.
Right.
Right. So let's do that.
Yep.
2, 4, and we'll.
Yep.
There's this one here.
Okay.
And then you
So
have
6.
5 with the other one.
Okay.
So how many did you spend
That
there?
was 2.
All right, so you have 3 left.
3 left.
Grab.
Any one of these.
Any one of those states. Yeah.
Florida.
Let's go ahead and do Florida because we're there.
Woo, Florida. Progressive
All right.
bastion of the country.
That's correct.
All right. So now they're going to play reconsideration.
Okay.
And technically, they could like go through contemplated which one do they pick, but
Right.
it really doesn't matter.
Okay.
So they're just going to pick Florida.
Okay.
Just because. I'm kind of
Just because we
jerky.
completed it.
Yeah. So.
All right. Now you said you want to play New York.
Oh,
Well, they
so
still have
that
to
was
play
Yeah,
their
so
hand.
that was-
that
now
was
it's
the card
the-
they had just.
Yeah.
Now it's
So
the
now-
regular action.
Oh, so Governor Clement's veto. Play if at least one state has a green check and replace it with an X. So he was
Yeah.
actually the
Oh,
governor of
another
Vermont.
one.
So if it was Vermont, I would just do
Sure,
Vermont.
sure. Is there one in that region? There is. Let's maybe take one of those 2, or
You know what? I kind of just don't like Georgia.
oh, let's do it.
All right. I hate the Atlanta airport. So.
It
there we
is
go.
brutal.
Your
all right.
airport.
All right.
All right.
Now,
My
you
turn.
can
So
play
now
New
I'm gonna
York
play
if
New
you'd li-
York.
all right.
Yeah, let's start with that. So we get 6 cubes in the northeast.
And you can just do New York.
2,
Two-
4, 6.
yeah, perfect.
Done.
Yep, done.
Okay,
And there's
3 checks.
3 checks. Oh,
Three-
yeah, you're close.
Nice.
take on
nice.
1,
Nicely
2,
done, Wendy.
Nice.
I like
3.
that.
We're up
And then
there.
you can play a
Then
card
you
from
can
your
play
hand.
a card.
All right.
We can do it.
We want buttons or we want a campaign?
Oh, wait. How many cards do you have in your hand? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 4.
Okay, good. Sorry. I want to make sure I didn't mess anything up.
Because I have this one, which it doesn't help in Congress, but,
But
it's
you can
4
take
buttons.
4 buttons. Yeah.
So
Yeah, let's do it.
There you go. It's good to have a few.
we need to be able to move around.
Yeah. Well, and it's nice in final voting if like he rolls a 2 but you roll a 1, you're like, oh,
Oh,
re-roll
right,
that.
right, right,
yeah.
So
Exactly.
yeah.
All right, so it's
right.
Aquabot.
Aquabot, United Daughters of the Confederacy, play of Southern strategies in effect. It's not. So that's good.
Campaign.
So they're going to campaign. So region 3, state 5, they put 3 cubes in there.
All right.
And then region 3, state 2, they put 2 cubes in there. So
All right.
Okay.
but I
Easy
mean,
peasy.
Yeah,
their turns are nothing compared to yours. So
No, at this point.
you're very powerful.
And we're still okay at not removing their cubes.
Yeah, because they've only won
Yeah.
2 states.
Right.
I mean, they're really. I mean, you've played an excellent game, and when you were rolling the 6s,
Yeah,
you
that
rolled
was-
amazing.
I did do well
rolls.
there for
Yeah.
once.
You
All right,
did,
so let's
Mike.
go ahead and spend that. It was basically the same as the other card I played with a different name.
Yep.
And we'll do that to campaign. So I'm
All
rolling
right, so-
4 of these.
Yep.
And we do have buttons now if I need to re-roll this.
So I do have a
Which I
card
don't think
that
I need to.
benefits if there's like 2 on states, like 2 cubes already. So
Which one is it? Oh yeah.
yeah.
That's not a bad one.
so
Oh, I have
Yeah.
11
Actually,
here,
I have
right? 4,
2 of
5,
those,
7, 8.
so-
Yeah, I've got 11.
Yeah. So I would just lock states up.
Yeah, all right.
And you're the purples.
I am the
so-
purple. Do I want to move?
I mean, you're already there. You're already
Yeah.
there. There's no reason to move.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just.
All right, let's lock it down. So 11 we've got to spend.
Yep.
So 6 for these two.
Okay. And so that spends that,
Yep.
and then this person has 5.
Okay. So 3 here. Right?
Yep.
And then we will pop another 2 here.
Perfect.
All right.
Good.
All right.
Can you do like 1 and 1? That way I can. Well, I guess it's up to.
I'd be taking. Oh,
No,
one-
it's fine. It's fine. It's
Okay.
up to 2 per state,
Right.
so we're good.
They're playing the Southern Women's Rejection League.
Oh, if you say up to 2 per state, I could pop one there so that you can get both of those. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not. It won't actually
Okay,
make a
okay.
difference. I don't think.
All right. Because you didn't play Southern Strategy,
Okay.
because you're a good person, they are going to campaign twice.
All right.
So,
Hindsight is 20/20, isn't it, Mike?
although I got to be honest, sometimes you
Sometimes
want
it's
a
worth
card
it.
up
Yeah,
there.
you want
like-
it so bad, you got to
yeah.
do it.
So, for state 8, they take out 2 cubes. And then 5, they're there. State 7, 3 cubes. I'll be honest, the Aquabot is not rolling poorly, though. So, all right.
Definitely feeling the pressure.
Yes.
I believe it's your play. Now,
Okay.
you're going to have 1 card left at the end of the game that you're just not playing.
Got it.
So,
Okay, I'm gonna roll 2 d8s, and then I can put them anywhere,
All
but up
right.
to 2 per state.
yeah.
So is that what these are? Okay. Let me move this.
They're
So y'all
colored.
can
Why
see.
wouldn't it have mattered then if I had put a third one there? Because then you could lock both of those down.
But
But I can only add 2, so it'd still be a 3.
Got
So
it,
either
got it,
it's
got
a
it,
2 or
got
it's a
it.
3
I
kind of
gotcha.
thing.
You're right.
Yeah. So 7. Not quite as many as I hoped, but that's okay.
That's not bad.
2,
All right, and then I'll just come behind you and
4,
nice.
6, 7.
Perfect.
That actually was great.
Yep. And then one into Utah.
We got Utah, Mike. I didn't
got
think it was
Utah.
gonna happen when it had 4 cubes, 4
All right.
orange cubes on it.
Anti-suffrage riots. This actually isn't terrible. So it's discard 2 cards. You actually each have to discard 1 at random. So
Okay.
I'm just going to draw 1 from you.
Okay.
Oh, I have a
But
good
then you
one
get a replacement.
Okay.
and a bad
And-
one.
Well,
Because I'm going to be playing to campaign anyway, so it
that was
really
my
doesn't
bad
matter.
one. So perfect.
if that card comes a little earlier, it can be really
Right.
devastating. But now it didn't really hurt you very much.
All right,
So.
so it's back
Okay.
to me.
Yep,
My
so
last
it's your
turn.
last
Let's just
play.
campaign. I'll play Women in World War I to campaign.
All right, so here's your 4s.
All right.
New Mexico is looking ripe for the taking.
4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11. Are we okay with 11?
Ooh, I'm okay with
10 is
11.
the average roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
4 dice.
All right.
So
You're above average, Mike.
Well, look, I didn't want to be the one to say it, but all right.
I would say, well, I'm not going to say anything. I'm saying you've got this, so I'm not going to worry about it.
Okay. Okay.
So just remember, your campaigners are in these 2 regions.
Right, right.
So,
So we need a 4 and a 7. Do you want to take the New Mexico and with 4? Or
I could do that and then clear those out and put 2 in, but are we okay with that, or do you want me to spend a button to move?
it
I
doesn't
don't-
make any sense to move.
I don't
Yeah,
think
it really
you need to
doesn't,
move,
right?
yeah.
Okay. So let's just take New Mexico,
All right.
and then 7, 2, 4, 5, and then let's pop 2 into South Carolina there.
Nice. All right. The bot
And that's my last turn.
is playing the American Constitutional League. Add 2 cubes to any 3 states. Now, one of the things is, as a lot of states get taken out,
Yeah.
it gets a little annoying, but... All right, so Section 2, State 6. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't need to roll that. So they're just placing 3. 6 has already been taken, so I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they're putting 2 cubes
2
there.
cubes in.
Okay.
Then, all right, Region 1, State 3, California's already run. So I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they're putting 2 in Arizona.
Okay.
Probably Phoenix people. And then 5, 8. 8's already been taken. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2. So they're putting 2 in Pennsylvania.
All right.
Okay.
So. All right, your last
Good
play.
stuff.
All right, here
my
we
last
go, Wendy.
play.
Let's make it happen.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
We're going to take it down to this final vote, I think.
I think I'm just going to campaign
That's probably a good.
because I'm not in love with that.
Yep.
I guess it doesn't matter. All right.
Here we go.
That Northeast is looking ripe for the taking.
What'd you roll? 9?
8.
You want to?
3? Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Do we want to re-roll, or do we want to save those for the final vote? Probably re-roll now,
Let's
right?
try.
Yeah.
I think I can do better.
All right.
9.
Yeah, that's,
Or 11.
that'll work. 11 works.
It said nice, and then 9 came out.
Right.
Okay, so 11.
I would actually do some heavy work with
Taking those out.
Well, because keep in mind, they win if they get 13. So they got 1, 2 locked in. They're looking good here. They're looking good here. That's 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, because the rest is just kind of, it's a chance game.
Yeah.
So I can do maximum 6 in Appalachia, right?
Yep.
So should I take away 2 from each and then 1 over? Like, should I take 2, 2, 2?
I don't know, actually.
You don't know?
I'm going to leave it up to you.
Because it swings it in the favor, but we have ties. I'm just
Yeah.
going to do this because I'd rather them be able to win 1.
That's what I would do, Wendy, for
Yeah.
what it's worth. I don't know if that's right. That's what I would
I think
do,
that makes sense. And then with
5 up there.
I can get another plus some.
Yeah, well, you can, if you want to put
Just check
3
it.
and 1, take a state.
What? Yeah, I'll take a state and then
Yeah,
1 left over 3.
there you go.
Okay.
All right.
All right, so the Aquabot's last play is they're adding 2 in 3 states. So 2, 2. They have
Taking Wyoming.
Woo!
6, 7. That's already been taken. So 1, 2, 3, 4. They're gonna take. Oh no, just 2 more going there. They didn't win it yet. And then their last one is I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they
Montana.
put Montana.
Okay.
I mean, losing Montana when Jeanette Rankin, that really hurts. So
Yeah.
I hope you don't lose that.
I hope not.
All right,
All right,
so
here we go.
We are done with the
Final
normal play.
voting.
Okay.
So now what happens is you will pick a state, and
Okay.
then the Aquabot will pick a state, and they're just going to pick the state where they have the most cubes. 'Cause
Okay.
that's sort of their notion. Both sides are rolling 8-sided die. Do you want to roll the purple sparkly?
Oh, yes. I
All right.
definitely want to roll the purple.
And then
sparkly.
I'll roll the boring white.
Okay, and so I'm picking a state in contention, basically.
Right. And so if you were to pick South Carolina, say
I'm
you
adding
have 3
3 to
cubes
that.
there, you're adding 3 to your roll.
All right.
And you win ties because of voter registration, and
Is
Ms.
there-
Feb wins ties.
Is there any strategy to pick
I would-
states that you already have lead in or not have lead in because you still have buttons?
I think it makes sense to pick states where you have the most cubes
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you're just trying to get to 36
Right.
before they get to 13.
Okay.
South Carolina.
All right.
we got it.
7 plus 3 is 10.
So you win. Got it.
Love
Okay,
it.
nice.
Check mark.
Check mark. All right. So they're going to pick Arizona. So
Am I rolling or is one? No,
it
you
doesn't
roll,
matter.
Wendy.
I'll
It's
roll.
up to you, Gal. So they rolled a 3 plus 3 is 6.
2.
They got that.
Do you want to spend?
You want to re-roll? I mean,
You need a 6.
Sick,
Yeah,
yeah.
the odds are not great.
All right. So.
Let's save them for when it's close.
yep.
All right. So now you get to pick a state.
Okay, let's go ahead and do, what is this? North Carolina?
All right.
You can go
Oh,
with that,
no,
but up
there's
there.
some up there. Yeah, let's go up
Jersey.
there.
I think that's Massachusetts.
Oh, it's Massachusetts. Sorry.
Mass
Oh,
is
yeah,
something. Okay. 11.
I'm not even gonna.
Done.
All right. So there's a green.
I love it.
All right. So the
Here we
Aquabot
go.
is gonna
Here we
take
go.
New Jersey.
Okay, Mike. You up.
They rolled an 8.
I rolled a 5.
All right,
There's no
so-
way. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, they rolled a 5 too.
Yeah,
but-
yeah.
Yeah. All
all
right.
right. Let's go with right now. I think this is our best play, Iowa, right?
Yep.
Think so?
All right. So we'll go there. At 7. At 7. Let's
You win ties.
Oh, we do win ties. Yay.
Because you played
Nice.
Miss
That's right.
Feb.
Card was worth it.
That was worth it right there, just for that.
All right. I'm gonna go to Michigan.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, you can do this, Wendy. 3. No, re-roll.
Reroll,
Right?
reroll,
Yeah,
reroll.
All we need is a
definitely.
4 or better.
100%.
A 3 because you
Oh,
win
3.
ties. There we go.
Okay.
All right.
So that's really helpful because they
Yes.
just have enough that there's a little bit of a danger.
Right.
So, all right. Now you get to pick.
Okay, let's do North Carolina now.
All right.
6.
5. We'll take it.
Nice. All right.
Outstanding,
Mike.
outstanding, outstanding.
Well, it's actually the
Yep.
bot's turn. They're going to take Maryland, but you roll.
Yep.
They've rolled a 3 plus 2 is
5. 8.
Ooh.
I'm sensing some victory here.
Ooh, I'm feeling good.
All right, now it's your pick.
We're getting there, getting there,
Let's
getting
go
there.
with, I think the only thing we have with
Ohio?
In Ohio, and yeah.
let's just go Ohio. 4. I may end up re-rolling that. I will. Oh, an 8.
You would have to roll a 7. I don't know if I'd.
Let's
Let's
just
give
let's
it to
just
him.
give it
We're
to
doing
him.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
How many do we need? 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 more states we need.
And they need 7. So.
Okay.
We're pretty good,
Yeah,
and
you're
we
looking
win
good.
ties.
Because we win ties. Yep.
But they are going to
Okay.
go to Washington.
This on you, Mike? So.
And they rolled an 8.
Is it on me? Yeah,
Oh.
they're going to get.
Yeah, because they add 2. So.
Right.
All right, now it's your pick.
Okay, let's go to Vermont. Reroll?
I mean, let's see what they roll.
Oh!
Yeah,
There you go.
definitely.
You win. No, you don't need to
just win.
reroll. Because you have
We
one
have
there, so you
ties.
win. And
you
even
win ties,
and if they
yeah.
roll a 2, you'd still win the tie. So
Oh,
nice.
because I have 2. You're right.
All right, they're going to go to Montana. Please win this.
All right.
I don't want my home
is
state.
Wendy rolling
That's
that?
me.
Yeah.
3.
6.
Nice.
7. Yeah,
Yep.
we still
They
win.
were at 4. Yeah, we won.
All right.
All
Your
right.
pick, sir?
Feeling good.
Let's go into, what is that?
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire.
That's a 3 for now. 4. Let's re-roll
So,
that.
and they will never re-roll.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you just need a.
That'll win.
Nice.
All right.
You got this, Mike.
Beautiful.
All right. Now they don't have any more, so they're just going to start picking states. They're going to pick Florida,
Okay.
and they rolled a 4.
I rolled an 8.
Nice.
Nice way to go,
3 more.
That's how
Florida.
Florida rolls.
All right, Wendy, where are you going?
Let's go to Alabama.
All right.
Oh,
You rolled so many ones.
That sounds about right.
But let's see if they get a 1.
They did
They
not.
get a 5.
You want me to re-roll? What are you
I mean,
feeling?
it's a 50-50. How many buttons do you have left?
2.
We only need 3 more states. Do you want to say the buttons
Let's
for?
say the buttons.
Yeah, I think that's a good call.
All
All
right.
right. It's the bot's turn because
the
she
bot's
picked
turn,
Alabama.
yep. Yep.
Although it really doesn't matter now because
Yeah.
they're all empty. They're going to go to Arkansas,
Okay.
and they rolled a 5.
3.
Said 5 again.
Let's give it to him.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Now it's getting too close for comfort.
It is getting too close for comfort. Let's go into Pennsylvania. Let's try. Well, no, let's go Indiana because I used to live in Indiana. It's a 6.
Oh, okay.
An 8.
Oh, they have to get it.
Oh man, that's brutal. Okay.
Can't believe Indiana did that to you, Mike.
I know.
All right, Oklahoma. 2.
3.
Nice.
Easy peasy.
All right.
All right.
All right. What do we have left?
Missouri,
Let's do Pennsylvania.
All right, that's where I was originally going to go. Oh my gosh, dude, these ones.
Actually,
Take
no,
dice.
I'm sorry. Give me that dice. You don't get to roll that dice anymore. Give me the dice. No, you don't even have to spend a card. I just want you to roll a different dice.
2. That's much better. All right.
A 2. You
got
won.
it. All right.
All right.
Wow. All right.
And then
It's the bot.
the bot is going to. So we're only down to 3 states.
Yep.
They need to win all 3, so you're
Yep.
looking good. They're going to pick Virginia,
Okay.
and they rolled a 3.
I rolled a 6.
Congratulations.
We have won the game.
It wins 36 to 10.
Woo! All right.
So-
wow.
That
That was exciting.
close.
That was that was good.
close.
But that was
But
close.
good.
It was
I'm
a
exhausted.
nail. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I was worried at the end there.
Yeah, it was very, very close. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was Votes for Women from Fort Circle Games. And Kevin, thank you so much for coming by and showing
Super
us this
fun.
game. It really came down to the wire. This, again, is going to be, it's targeted to hopefully be delivering to backers in June.
I think Kickstarter backers in
Sometime
June
this summer.
and
Yeah.
then July for everybody else who
Okay.
pre-orders.
There were
So,
some people that were asking if it was going to be available retail. So,
well, you can pre-order at votesforwomen.com.
okay.
Your obviously will be after the Kickstarter backers
Sure.
as far as sequence, but I would say that probably will be more like July for folks if they want to pre-order, and it's free shipping right now. So,
Hey, that's
you go.
that's pretty good. And if
That's
you missed,
impressive.
yeah, for sure. If you missed the beginning of the stream,
I'm sorry, free shipping for Canada and the United States.
Got it. Yeah, that's
If you're
very
saying-
important.
Clarification
Yes.
is
Just
important.
thought I would
Yes.
clarify that.
if you missed the beginning of the stream, we did have a contest giving away 2 copies. So go back and find out how to enter and win that potentially. But that's it for this stream. We are going to be back at noon in just over an hour for our top 100, getting close,
100.
getting down to the top 20 of the
Ooh.
top 100 for the
Yep.
A team. So come back for that. And then we also have crowd surfing later today. So it is a packed
very full day.
of live streaming here at the Dice Tower. And we got it started off with a bang with a wonderful session of Votes for Women. So thank you very much again, Kevin, for coming. We really
It was a
appreciate
total
it.
joy.
Awesome.
Thank you for having me.
Until next time, I am Mike DeLisio.
I'm Wendy Yee.
Have fun getting the right to vote.
Yeah.
Yeah.